Hello? Is that better? Oh, flippin' hell. I forgot something. I forgot to do something, sorry. I wasn't technically muted. Let me get rid of this loud music. Hang on. Hang on a second. Right, hello. Hello everyone. Welcome to the highly professional intro to our Season 2 opening. You know, don't think it'll make the standard for HBO somehow, but hey. So if I send this in, what do you reckon? You think you show it? Okay, so I wasn't muted. What happened was, last night, I started to feel a bit better around about 10:30 at night, and rather than thinking to myself, do you know what, I've had a bit of a day where I felt a bit ill, maybe I'll go to bed early, I recorded a session of Deus Ex for about 45 minutes. So I changed my audio setup, because you've got to change your tracks for a recorded session rather than a stream. So that's why I was muted. My video wasn't muted on my screen, it was off mute, but the sources had changed. Forgot. So that was that excuse. The other excuse was I didn't have my CK2 feed set up because I realised that I overwrote it with the Three Kingdoms feed. So I had to quickly set the CK2 feed up after I'd already started the intro. So that's why you didn't get a CK2 feed for a little while. And then obviously I was trying to explain that whilst I was muted. Technically muted, but not actually physically muted. But anyway, welcome along. Hello again. What I was trying to say whilst I was muted was, hey, look at that. I was too busy enjoying the CK2 music, clearly, to worry about any technicalities, any setup issues. I was too busy getting into the swing, because there's nothing like listening to the Holy Fury soundtrack to get yourself into the swing of things. I'm ready to kick down doors. I'm ready to murder babies. I'm ready for it now after listening to that. So anyway, welcome folks to the Stormlands. I think it's an appropriate title for a Lord Paramountcy, because a storm is a-brewing, I quite assure you. But I come armed with a completely full list of notes. Lots to discuss. So we might unpause it round about 9 o'clock. Who knows? But you know what to expect by now, surely, anyway. I'm just glad to be back. I finished this series, I think, in July or June or July last year. So it's only been it's been a year. We're in August now. It's been just over a year since we finished the first season. But I watched the entire first season back again in full, which is something that I have very, 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 very rarely done in any of my own playthroughs, to get myself back into the swing, because I wanted to see how it all played out. Not just like the last couple of videos, but I wanted to see it all play out, to relive the histories, to relive the highs, the lows, the families that we got involved with, you know, all that kind of jazz. Because it'll put some context, I'm sure, to some of the stuff that we see and carry on with. So, yeah, good to be back, A couple of shout-outs, Nagisa, I see you here. And good evening to you all as well, by the way. For the intro video, which I continue to use in this season. And, of course, to GDF on the forums, who, about 4 months ago now, maybe? I'm losing track of time. It's been a tumultuous 2 months. In the original series was penning a chronicle as we were going along, and he's actually, with the assistance of some friends, has actually put it into a PDF. So we have a 45,000 word plus, which is, you know, novelesque lengths, a full chronicle of the first season. It's on the Discord server in the CK2 channel if you're interested in taking a look, and it's in a format that you can actually publish and print it off if you want a paper version. I'm going to do that before the end of the series, get it all printed, get it published, printed, and put the cover on it and get it delivered, and then I'll showcase it on one of the streams, and then clearly I'm going to read it in paper form, touchwood, on my next holiday, because I like to read on my holiday, and then I'm going to stick it on my bookshelf, pride of place. I need to update the intro. The Baratheons are not in play anymore. Are you sure? The Baratheons are very much in play, if you ask me. Baratheon there. Baratheon there. Baratheons everywhere. Clearly not in the Stormlands, though, you're quite correct. Perhaps we need a slight tweak. But the Baratheons will no doubt rear their ugly heads at some point during the campaign. We'll get to them before. Indeed we do. Indeed we will. So, there's no flim-flam today. I could bore you with health-related. I'm not going to bother. I'm sick of it. Sick of my own health at the moment. So I'm going to spare you. But suffice to say, yesterday, that's why the stream was cancelled. I felt a bit under the weather. Streamed last night, recorded a session last night for 45 minutes, felt okay, went to bed, and then woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning feeling the most ill I have felt for weeks. I was feeling sick. I went into a fever. Oh, it was horrible. And I woke up this morning feeling completely fine, like the episode never happened. Got out of bed, opened my blinds, put my glasses on, and my vision was altered, is all I can say. I couldn't see properly. And it lasted for about 45 minutes. Couldn't see properly. It was like when you put glasses on. You know, if you put glasses on and you've put somebody's wrong glasses on, so you can see, but it's all out of focus. You know, it's all a bit weird. You know, that's what I was seeing for approximately 45 minutes. Quite scary. But anyway, that's as much as you're going to get. So, yeah, the saga continues for a bit longer on that one. But today I felt pretty well. I felt pretty good. And coming back to this, well, it's enough to put a smile on many people's faces. So, we're going to forget the flim-flam now, and we're going to dive straight into CK2 flim-flam, because there's enough of that to take us at least an hour, maybe more. So where do we start? Somebody's asked, any favourite moments from Season 1? The reign of Barristan and Bethany. The entire reign. I thought they were great. I watched it back, I watched the series back, and I just loved the fact that they were such a power couple. Dick on Lips was a comedy value, of course, but yeah, just in terms of the things that they achieved, Barristan, the tournament saga, he was striving to win that tournament. Yeah, you know, his wife pulling the strings. We got our first High Lordship title with their reign, and they reigned together, much in love. They were the ideal couple, really. They were the power couple of the Stormlands, bless them. But then we switched to what was it called? Edric the Spider, which completely flipped the playthrough around a bit. And as a result of him, we are back in power, because Joanna was put on the Stormlands initially, Joanna Durandon. She was removed by Mr. Reachy Man over here, and then Edric the Spider orchestrated us getting it back, put Joanna back on there. Joanna died. When Joanna died, we became the Lord Paramount. When Brindamere died prematurely, we ended up in control of this guy right here, who is Lord Paramount Olyver II of the Stormlands, Olyver the First, Topcliffe Olyver, who actually we'll take a look at to start the session. Big bushy beard. We changed this in the the haircut thing. Oh, Martian Eyes, welcome. Oh, we welcome your well thought out input. And we were just talking about the Chronicle, so thank you very much for the PDF version. Oh, the guy that kept trying to instigate that friendship, and we were a paranoid person, so we kept turning him away. Yes. I've forgotten his name. Oh, I've forgotten his name. Oh, somebody. Oh, what was he called? He kept asking us to go over for the feast, to talk. Mom! That was a fella, Mom! The Cult of Mom. God, yeah, that was good fun. So yeah, the first series was full of some really great moments when I look back. It was good fun, really enjoyed it. And so looking forward to this one to see what we get, what it brings. Hopefully some more memorable stuff. It probably won't be as long as the first season, I would have thought, but you never know. I think with this game, what my mantra always is, we go with the flow. Try not to overly force the plot, see where it takes us, and then at some point I'll start to see a natural end point, and then we might start to work towards that. But ultimately, the first few sessions at least, we're just going to roll with the punches and see what the story pans out as. Was that my first ever CK2 character to be executed? Is that actually true? So he'd never been executed before, and that was Eric II, right? Eric II, who tried to defy Renly by saying, "I'm not going to stop just because you've asked me. I want what I want." And then his wife said, "Don't worry, I'll smooth it over with Renly. I'll ask for a lenient punishment." And then we had our head chopped off. After he went back on his word, though, I recall, we were dealt with leniently. I think he put us in house arrest or something. We're like, oh, or no, he said, yeah. I think the outcome of the thing was you're spared. Basically, he's not executed yet, and then he executed us. But he was a lunatic at the time. One thing we'd overlooked, I think. But anyway, have we decided we're going to take the Iron Throne, become independent, or take the Iron Throne and destroy it and become Storm Kings? Well, as I said, we shall have to see how things pan out before we commit to anything. Olyver of the Stormlands' current ambition is to see a little bit of stability. I mean, he has ruled, it's worth noting, he has ruled. This is one of my... I better get my pen out and cross off things as I discuss them, because otherwise I'll be here for some time. He has already ruled for 9 years, so we haven't just come into power here. He has ruled for 9 years, so I assume that he probably has some thoughts as how he wants things to go. But nonetheless, the way I see it, there's still a period of trying to get things on an even keel before we start branching out. But he is ambitious, so... And he's only 24, so if he lives till he's 60 odd, we've got a long time with him. So he will start to think about what he wants to achieve and how he wants to achieve these things. But certainly for a couple of for now, there's trouble a brewing. There's trouble a brewing. But anyway, let's have a look at what I've got on my little list here of things. So I was gonna recap on the past rulers, but we've kind of already done it. We started with the very first Lord Eric, the founding father. We went to Miles, who I recall died pretty young, 45, natural death. He started the old what did he start? He was the one that started the summer fair that never stuck on, really. The summer fair kind of tradition. I think he also founded the Rain Guard, actually, as well, our very own household guard, married to Lady Lane of the Parchments. Had Eric, who had Renessa the Wise Bear, northern woman, brought down. She was a genius. I think we weren't a genius, she was the genius. Where the hell have I gone? I think she was the genius, right? Yeah, she was the genius. So much of a genius that she couldn't foresee... am I getting myself confused here? No. Yeah, couldn't foresee her husband becoming beheaded by a lunatic Renly, but anyway. So Eric was a pretty shortish reign. And then we had the mighty Barristan, Lord Barristan the Wise, who, as I said, was his whole reign was good fun. Really enjoyed watching his reign back again. He achieved so much, and of course had the unique death of going out. His wife had died, he needed a new purpose, needed a distraction, ended up going on a hunt for a Valyrian steel sword, and ended up like King Lawrence of the of the original Med 2 series dying in the water on boats. Sad ending, but at least he died pursuing a dream, especially as a tournament specialist, and you know, that a fighting man. I think it was an appropriate way to go out, really. Left us in debt, but never mind. So that was Barristan. Now this is where we start to get a bit interesting with perhaps some of the offspring. I'm not going to go into the full family tree. We may look at people that are more pertinent as we come across them, but I'm not going to go for a full family tree run through. We just don't have time. I don't want to bore you too much. But if you do have particular characters that you want to look at from our family, or that you want to look at in the game, just shout up and I'll pan to them and look at them. We are going to look at the Lord Paramounts before we start. I'm going to favourite them again and follow their progress. But ultimately, if there's any other particular characters you want to have a look at, or any families you want to see that might be still in existence, Targaryens are usually a favourite to look at. But yeah, then we came into control of Eric the Spider, who died of gonorrhea, but he was 66, so we got a bit of time with him. Brindamere died prematurely, so we never got any time with him. But it wasn't a bad thing, because he was pretty useless. The game spared us there, I feel. But Edric orchestrated, initially, Joanna the Usurper to take the Stormlands back again after losing it. And he had Brindamere, so this is where things can become a bit more pertinent. So he had Brindamere, Cameron, who's Lord of the Brewgrove, who's my uncle, and Orin, who is my uncle, who is in charge of nothing, which is really good, because family members that are in charge of things, especially high lordship titles that you are in control of, don't tend to like it because they want it for themselves. So Cameron doesn't like us very much at the moment, Uncle Cameron. And if you remember, Cameron was a genius. He was who we were hoping to play as if Brindamere didn't have children, because he was pretty decent. His wife's in prison at the moment, imprisoned by Lord Cameron, no less, which is it. Did you do any sleeping around, my dear? What did you do to tick him off? Because, yeah, you're in prison. So he's got 2 kids. Morden. It's quite a nice name, isn't it? Reminds me of course, Mass Effect. A twin. Oh, twins. One of which has got a lisp. The lisping twin and the non-lisping twin. Okay. Orin has got quite a few kids. Orin's been very busy, stretching the Topcliffe branch out. Ronard is one of them. Wife's currently pregnant. And we've got Meryn Topcliffe too. So 33 living members of the Topcliffe family, all sprouting from one Eric. What a legacy he has left behind. And we're not even finished yet, hopefully. So that's the offspring in our nearest branches. In terms of our siblings, we have Alice, who is Alice the Unfaithful. What a lovely, the more the merrier. Yeah, has been a theme when it comes to infidelity in this family. Yeah, she's got married to a Tudbury fella and had a Cyrene, but also had a bastard too. We have just the one child, Lady Amanda of the Stormlands, who's just been born, and she is sickly right now. Another common theme I feel when it comes to our offspring. Gladden is our brother and is Lord of Sharp Point and is in our prison. I don't know why, but he is. And Sharp Point actually is up here and belongs to the Crownlands. Sharp Point might sound a bit familiar recently. We're not discussing anything though, of course. He's got 2 kids, and then we've got the great Barristan's namesake, who is my brother, but is not quite so Barristan-like. Wrong-coloured hair. The hell is that stupid hat he's got on his head? And what the hell is going on with your moustache and beard combo? You are clearly not a Topcliffe looking like that. You're burning to know. What, you're burning to know my thoughts on the episode? Is that what you're burning to know? I can't disclose that now. I don't want to spoil it for people who may not have watched it yet. If that's what you're talking about, of course. Lady Marisagana. Oh, it was a joke. Oh, it was a joke. Oh, sorry. But yes. And it was really interesting because when they mention places in the series now, I'm like, I know where that is because of this game. And I was watching this series for the past month and a half, really. So I was like, I know where that is. Aha! I'm becoming quite the expert in this little area. So yeah, it's quite cool, actually. So, it is, yeah, how close they are. Just up the stone's throw away. There you go. Just took the words out of my mouth. Anyway, so we have that. So that's our family tree. So that's our recap of the past rulers done. That's one of my 20 points cleared, and we're only at 23 minutes past 7. My goal is 9 o'clock to unpause it, by the way. So we've looked at the family tree, actually. That's 2 done. And we've looked at Olyver. That's 3 done. Well, we haven't looked at Olyver, so we'll look at him properly. I got to his beard and then I got distracted. So, Olyver. Beard. Barristan's-esque beard. Strong beard. Haircut. We could do something with the hair in a couple of years' time. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Diplomacy? Not bad. Not marvellous. He's a martial man. Got a little bit of, stewardship about him. Clearly not about intrigues. But this is he's definitely a martial man. A man that will solve his problems where possible through combat. Whether that's personal combat, dueling, or indeed taking land, dealing with things in combat. Where we possibly can. So obviously we currently have, if we look at our lot in life, we have the High Lordship of Shipbreaker Bay. I hate saying that. And as you'll notice, we are missing this land here, Gallows Grey, which is under the rulership of House Errol Wendwater. Now there's a close family bond between these two families. So at some point though, we will be retracting vassalage of this land. He's not going to like it, but we'll pay him for the privilege. Have this gold, we're taking your land, and have done with it. It's going to upset the other vassals a smidgen. We can live with that. But at some point, we will be taking it back, as is our right. It is ours, and we rule here, so we will have it. Thank you very much. Breach of feudal contract? What? It's mine. We'll wait for the right moment. Maybe when he's committed a slander or something. But I think we should have it. So that's that. So we have got Storm's End, of course, which is part of that whole High Lordship. And when it comes to the Rainwood, we have, of course, Amberley, and we have, of course, Rainwood, the Rainwood, of course. So that is our personal holdings. Now there's a couple of things to look at when it comes to our personal holdings. First of all, Mr. Rainhouse is set to inherit Harvest Hall. If he inherits Harvest Hall, which is over here, because he's in prison and may get killed, Harvest Hall will come to us. It's messy. We might give it back for some opinion, but nonetheless, we can't give it back because then he would leave with it. So we have to keep it, unfortunately. That's it, we have to keep it because he can't split it, and so we either keep both of these or both of these go over to the Dornish Marches. I think this is it the Dornish Marches? So yeah, we're going to gain, but where we gain we could also lose, because down here in Blackhaven this man is set to inherit, where is it? The Gold Road. He's the heir to the Gold Road, Now the Gold Road is in Lannister territory, the Westerlands. So when he inherits that, he's taking that with him. So we're going to lose some Stormland land, but gain some Rainwood land. So we've already lost Dawn, so there's going to be a bit of tidying up of the realm to do. That also includes what we're going to do with Dragonstone and this rogue thing here, because we've got them, but it's probably ticking the king off, and it's messy. But it's been in the lands for a long time now, so we're not going to physically start giving it out willy-nilly. Not without recompense, I feel. But anyway, so that's a little bit of situation with lands that may pass from and to our realm in the not too distant future to keep an eye on. We could actually do something about this, possibly. This bit of land here passing out, if we wanted to. But we'll see. Right, we're still looking at our character, by the way, sorry. So that's that. So we need to cancel our... He wants to become a paragon of virtue. He is zealous, so that seems like it's probably a long-term goal. There's a lot of short-term goals that I think we will achieve or want to achieve first. So I'm going to cancel that off eventually. In fact, I might cancel it off now and go for have a son, because we haven't got a son yet, and our daughter's going somewhere very quickly. Our daughter's going somewhere very quickly. So actually, we're going to do this now. Have a son now. I'm saying tentatively because we don't like our wife. Our wife doesn't like us. She's an adulteress. And she's not that great. She's not that great. She's not really pulling her weight along. And, you know, if our character, as diligent as he is, has looked through the annals of the Amberley histories, he will see that actually having a very useful wife, like Renessa the Wise Bear, as much as she did misjudge a certain thing that got her husband killed, apart from that, she was actually pretty decent. And that's also an issue. The wife is Baratheon. Maybe perhaps that's how we are spinning this. Maybe he's thought he would marry into the Baratheon family to try to smooth relations. Nonetheless, realised very quickly that the Baratheons are the scum of the earth. She cheated on him. She's got a bastard child, and it's brought a stain upon his name. So that's going to have to change. But that being said, she's got Baratheon blood, she's got Durrandon blood, and Topcliffe blood in her. So it would be quite nice to have a son between these two before we ditch her, because then the son might inherit. I say might because we are currently seniority succession. To have a child that's got Durrandon blood, Topcliffe blood, and Baratheon blood would be quite unifying for the realm, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cool. So we might see if we can get a son with her first, and we might naturally get a son with her because we are going to try to divorce her, but divorcing her is not going to be easy. So in terms of our character then, check that off as well, and I'm going to put that to a war focus, because war's coming, folks. I don't know about winter is coming, war is coming. Let's go through the list. We've got the treasury, we've got the icicle, we've got the Gold Hollow armour, Willem of Gold Hollow, our tournament specialist, whom like we have never seen since. If only Barristan had a Willem throughout his entire reign, we would be loaded. Knacker Cracker was our cancer curing tool. Anyway. And kills, yes, we have 2 kills. Beheaded and a murder, apparently. Not above murder, this guy. And it was a lord, no less. But a beheading there of a Dragonstone man. This was an Errol man. Oh. Got on well with the family, I just said a minute ago. Oh, Errols, we're like this until we'll lop your heads off for reasons unknown. there was probably a good reason for it. I'm assuming. So yeah, kill a couple of people. Decent fighting ability, nothing spectacular, but decent. Enough to hold his own in a tournament should he wish to partake in a couple. Got 17,000 men, that'll get up to 20,000 hopefully before much longer. We're in severe debt, you'll see. I've seen you say it already. We're in debt, this'll be fun. We are in debt. But there's a plan about that. Yeah, and we're lacking a bit of prestige and piety, so we'll work on that. But in terms of his statistics, or traits rather, he is a brilliant commander. He's got some command traits. He's a knight, of course. Everybody's a knight down here. He's a trained fighter, so it's a decent. Room for improvement if we want to start to become a tournament expert. A dynastic stain because Edric, my grandfather, the spider, who had the highest intrigue in the entire land at the time, did a bit of murdering. So, yeah, caused a bit of a stain on the dynasty, did that. And we're living with it now. But he's gregarious, a nice talkative fellow, likes his parties, likes his feasts, likes to engage in conversations with people and get to know them. Yeah, you know, our Barristan was gregarious and he ended up with at least 12 friends, I'm sure, on the old friends list. We've got one friend, we've got one rival, who's nobody in particular, but we'll get to the rival shortly. He's diligent, so a hard worker. Diligent and ambitious, a good little combination for pursuing one's goals fervently, without pause, to ensure that it happens by hook or by crook. He's zealous, which is interesting, but I don't think plays a massive part in this mod, unless I'm mistaken. But we do get the occasional message from the Septon, High Septon occasionally, so we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, zealous, and he's got a bit of a temper. Pursues what he wants with due diligence, and when he doesn't get it, he throws a hissy fit about it. So we'll see how it all pans out, but he strikes me as a competent man, a relatively friendly chap, but does have a temper tantrum every now and then when things don't go his way. Might lead to him doing things to people occasionally, if needs be. What's the matter? That man. Right, so that is our Olyver II. Right, moving through the screens then. Council. So, our Olyver has been in charge for 9 years now, so my mantra really with the council is, if he's got people in council positions, he's put them in council positions for a reason. We may not see the reason in full, but he's put them in for a reason. I can see one good reason. They're all positive opinion of him, which is a good start. It's not that shabby. I mean, the treasurer needs a bit of a work, but he is the heir, so maybe there's a bit of currying favour there. We both like each other. Maybe there's a bit of, you know, jobs for the boys going on there. So, because they're in position, I'm assuming he's put them in position for a reason. So I'm not going to swap out any of the council members to get better ones. So we will naturally replace them as and when they die or when we need them to be replaced, because one of them is going to be replaced very quickly. We'll get to that. So collect taxes, sir. We need some cash. We're bankrupt essentially. We're going to train troops because we need troops, because something bad is about to be coming our way, I think. And anybody with game mechanics knowledge can help me out here, but trouble is on the doorstep and about to come, and it could be an issue. Our Justicar is going to perform statecraft, because statecraft has a slight chance to remove dynastic stain, which is a -10 penalty to opinions. So by performing statecraft, we don't want any fabrications just yet anyway, so perform statecraft, and that should give us a chance to kind of hopefully see, convince people that, you know what, my father's deeds were his deeds. They're not reflective of the Topcliffe family as a whole. How many Topcliffes do you know that have committed so many murders? Not many. He was a bad apple, my grandfather there. So Justicar Sebastian, get cracking and spreading the word. You'll notice that we've got a spare slot. A Castellan. Yes, our right hand. So, we're going to look for a Castellan, and I found one, and he's coming from a certain part of the realm who we're about to get very pally with, all of a sudden. And it might throw up a few... No. Yes. But, so we'll get to him in a second. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick... Because I've not done this yet. I thought I'd do it on camera. Live time. Look at the council members that we've got. Hopefully see if we can see anything fortuitous. Get to know them a little bit. And see what stories develop with them, if any. So we've got Sebastian of Storm's End. He's just a regular courtier. Actually pretty decent. He's a genius. Oh, didn't know that. He's a scholar too. Cruel and temperate. He is currently, of course, in the position of the Justicar. A decent fella. A decent choice. So that's him. We've got Master at Arms Sir Tancred Errol of the House Errol family. Famous House Errol. He's a bodyguard. He's got a regional tourney win. I remember him winning the tourney because we watched it. And I think he won it despite the fact that we had a bet on somebody else, so we weren't very happy about that. But he won it nonetheless. And he's 19 martial, and he's pretty decent. Trained fighter. He's scarred many a battle, which is a good thing. He's a hunter. He's diligent, gregarious, proud man, temperate. A cruel streak in him, but a brilliant commander. Pretty nice guy. Big moustache action there. 48. He's also going to become the master or the captain of our household guard, by the way, because we were lacking that, I noticed. So that's Tancred the Master at Arms. Lord Treasurer is our kinsman, distant uncle of some such. Uncle, great uncle, twice removed, but he is actually the heir. So if we don't change the succession law before we might meet an untimely demise, we're playing as this old giffer, which is a bit disappointing, but you know, we'll roll with the punches. If he dies before we die and then we die, we're playing as where is it? Somebody who we wanted to play as rather than Brindamere, and that's Cameron, the genius Cameron. Remember him? Second son, who we saw was a genius. We're like, oh, Brindamere needs to die. He did die, but then obviously he had kids, hence why we're in control of Olyver and not Cameron. But Cameron is next in line if Tancred dies and then we die prematurely. So this wouldn't be horrendous if we were in control of this guy, apart from the fact that he's knocking on a bit. So that would be the succession as it currently stands at seniority. But here he is scarred as well, but he's not a fighter, so how did that happen? He's a gardener. Perhaps he slipped when he was shaving, trimming the hedgerows. Oh! Clumsy man. He can't even prune bushes without injuring himself. How's he going to run a flipping kingdom? He's shy, diligent, paranoid, craven and humble. Oh, I look forward to playing as you if that happens. Oh, goodness me. Tending to his garden, shying away from everybody, from all company. Leave me be. I'm planting my vegetables. Bye. Yeah. No, that's not perhaps being control of this guy if we can help it. He's not bad with figures, well, good enough with figures to be in the position of the Lord Treasurer, but anyway. So he's in control of that. We've got Spymaster Lady Sabara, who is the lady of House Karen of the Dornish Marches. Now, there could be some issues with this lady as we progress forwards. Mainly because, first of all, we have a right to imprison her over some slight that she did to us in the past, but also you'll notice that she is on the council as the Spymaster, and I've heard on the grapevine that she might not be for much longer. Sorry, my dear, but needs must. We'll get to why in a second. But yeah, so we won't take a look at in any great detail, but she is an important vassal, so we may see more of her in the future. She is in charge of one of the largest levy forces in our particular realm. These have always been pretty strong. The Dornish March area. So she's ugly. I wouldn't say she's that ugly. She's scarred. She's envious. Oh, that's not a good trait, is it, for a vassal? Erudite. Slothful. That's better. Paranoid. Not so good. Stubborn. A strange mismatch there for a little spidery lady. But paranoid is always a good trait for a spy master, isn't it? They're going to kill you, kill you, my lord. But he's my best mate. Trust me on this one. Never trust a man called Morn. I've heard it somewhere. So that's Lady Sabara, soon to be replaced. And then we've got the Maester. Not looked at these, as I said, but he's got 15 learning. Let's have a look at him. He's got all his links, his chains. He's Maester, Scholar, Just, Wrathful and Rude. Yeah, that's nice of you. And then we've got the Septon. Septon Julian. Let's have a look at the Septon. Septon's very important for healing, you know what I mean? Oh, it's a Maester that heals, isn't it? 50. Oh, that's not bad. I hope you've heard of the great cure for cancer, mister. Of the family line. It's been passed down from many a generation. Oh, my toe's gone a bit dead. Come on. Right, Septon Julian, there we go. So he's Septon 16. He's got good diplomacy. Septon, he's blind from age. Oh, he's 70, Jesus. Okay. We'll take a very brief look, but he's not long for this world, it seems. Apprentice board gamer. So there you go. There's our council. Let's get to know them. So you've got Sebastian Tancred, Tancred times 2. Sabara, who's going to be replaced anyway, Jorgen, and Septon the Blind Julian. So who's going to be our Castellan? We'll get to that, because there's a story behind that. So that's a look at the council. We'll look at the small council at the back end of this, because I'm sure somebody will say, oh, let's have a look at the small council. Right, so wife. I kind of feel like, having thought about this, that I actually want a son with this wife before I divorce her. But if we were to divorce her, or want to divorce her, we have a brace reluctance or acceptance score of -20. So we're actually quite close to having it accepted. Now the High Septon is not greedy, and it only costs 21.9 gold to improve his opinion. Which is really good, because usually it could be quite astronomical. At least it was when it was the Pope in the original game. So we can get his opinion up, which will push the acceptance score from -20 to -5 once we get rid of being out of debt as well and stuff. So we're literally a whisker away from it happening, but not quite there without some more kind of machinations. So even if we wanted to divorce her at the moment, we couldn't, unless anybody else has got any bright ideas how to increase his opinion any further, because that's the only thing that would stop us would be his opinion, which we can alter with a gift, but not enough. So we're close, but not quite close enough. So we'll keep that in the back of our mind for the moment. Now my plan. We've got this guy as our designated regent, and again I kind of think, well, if we have put people in positions, then he's put them there for a reason. I don't know what the flipping reason is. Is it quite loud? How loud's the music? Music is quite loud. I mean quite soft. It might be just a particular track. Turn down a little touch. This song is aggressive. It's an aggressive song. The aggressive song for a time where we are simply trying to ascertain. I like that. It kind of goes down in levels. There we go. Is that better, by the way? Right. Where were we? So we got no spaces left. So once again, we shall replace these as and when they need to be replaced. And vacancies come up. So divorce wife we can't do yet. Wife I was going to put my wife as regent when I get a new wife, because, as I said, his mantra with a new wife would be, looking back in the history books, would be looking for a competent wife, a support act to take up some of the slack that's going to help out with the rulership of the realm. Looking back at the history books, the Bethany Barristan combination, saw how fruitful that was. So a competent wife, yes, could be good, rather than this piece of work that we've got at the moment that's an adulteress. But hey, we'll have to work on that one. Captain of the Guard, we have done that. We have put in Sir Tancred Errol, so that's been done. Command the Household Guard. Yes, we'll command the Household Guard when we've got some money. I don't think it costs money actually to command the Household Guard. But basically, we want to improve our levies in Storm's End, and we want our levy reinforcement rate to go up because we're not at full levy, and we need to be at full levy as quickly as possible. As I keep saying, I think trouble is coming. So that's that good. Right, we've got a High Admiral position available. Now I don't know, it doesn't show on this screen, you see. If you go to my council, you'll see that we've got a High Admiral position. I don't know what constitutes the correct stat for a High Admiral. It would make sense to have maybe somebody that's along the sea for kind of roleplay purposes. Somebody that's got some land across the sea. But Red Watch, where's this guy? Down here. So Red Watch has got some sea, and he's not that horrendous militarily either. So decent marshal. He's got a sea border. So I think Lord Thurgood would make a natural High Admiral if we're looking at things from a suitability perspective. So he comes onto the council too, and he is scarred. Sturdy man, got one eye, skilled fighter. You wouldn't think of it, would you? But he's craven and one-eyed, which clearly inhabits his skill now. But he's trusting, envious, greedy, humble craven with one eye. At age 26, your jousting days are done, sir. Rather unfortunate. Return the Storm Kings. Could be a goal, could be a goal. Was suggested earlier. So, Liege's Council, that would be now the small council, so we'll get to that at the end as we wrap up, just remind me. So that's that screen pretty much sorted. So we're happy with the council. The laws, not happy with the laws though, so to get primogeniture to make things, simple, son, inherit, always a favourable one. Unless we might want to switch it up a bit, depends at the time. We will reign after 10 years in 6 months' time, because we've already reigned for 9.5, so we're close to that one. No count or higher tier vassal having a negative opinion might be a problem. Will be a problem on this one, because Cameron, he's never going to like us. He's a pretender, he's a title claimant. It's just not going to happen. Title claimant desires a Rainwood and is a pretender to the kingdom. They're always going to remain there. He's always going to resent us. And he's ambitious as well. No, we're ambitious, so he don't like that either. So, getting him to like us could be tricky. And we're not going to bump him off by before you ask either. Unless he does something to us and gives us a legitimate reason to imprison him and execute him for treason. But you don't take treason lightly. So that's the law situation. Obligations, they are there. We are currently voting for a tax-shifted noble obligation, so we're trying to pay, the nobles are trying to pay less tax and give us more troops, which I'm kind of on board with, really, but they're voting for it. I wouldn't disagree with it. I want more troops at the moment. We're going to be very busy at war. We don't have to worry about the Lord Paramount's lopping Topcliffe heads off anymore. No, you're quite correct. We just now have to worry about the King doing it. Council is fully in our power for all decisions, although they are technically empowered. Pretty much in name only, really. Right, so, army levies. Yeah, we've got armies. That'll come into play soon enough. Intrigues could be more interesting. But before we get to intrigues, let's get something sorted here. Let me just go down my list, cross that off. Plan to change succession law. Yep, we've covered that off. We need to change that where we can. Have a son and war focus. I've done that. Yep. Right. Let's now turn to the situation with our budgetary deficit. Now, this is because we have insisted that we would pay for our grandfather's funeral, because our grandfather helped to put us here, so we have that much respect for the man to do that. And of course, he was a notable family member, and the spider and the all of that kind of jazz, and the wife of the Lady Paramount as well. So we splashed out for the biggest funeral possible. I think for the first time in the Topcliffe's history that we've splashed out on a funeral for all the realm. So it cost us a bit of money when we couldn't really afford it. And I remember watching it back, thinking to myself, why the hell have I just done that? Why have I done that like an idiot? But hey, there's a quick fix to this problem, and it's called ransoming prisoners. I have no clue what they've done. But all I know is that I have a clue that we need money, and we need it fast, for quite a few reasons. And therefore, we're going to ransom them off. They're going to pay their dues, say they're sorry, get down on bended knee, and we're going to give them a waving, point your fingers, and do a bit of shouty, and insist they pay their dues, and then they just bog off. It's going to net us a grand total of 285 gold. That cures our problem pretty quickly when it comes to our debt. So we're going to do that and have them gone. We're going to auto-end plots because there's a crap ton of them, and this is going to be one of the issues of being Lord Paramount, is there's going to be a crap ton of stuff going on that we'll be seeing. One of them is to kill me. That's if it's taken. That's very true. And that's my rival, by the way, who I can duel, because I've got war focus. So have at it, pal. Put your mouth where your honour is. Let's have it. Let's juke it out. With his 0 combat skill, and we got 75. Yes, yeah. Of course I will. Well, he's plotting to kill us. We have to do this. Die in a duel to somebody with 0 personal combat sounds very much like a Barristan thing to happen. And so endeth the first session. Sorry guys, session ended, and I've got to now replan for the second session. Sorry about that. Don't laugh, please. It's not funny. We've got gleaming gold hollow armour on. Probably come out with Knacker Cracker for a duel rather than the trident, but you never know. Robert loved a trident, didn't he? Come out with a trident. Right. Swing it, miss, and poof. God, could you imagine the horror? Right, ransom prisoners. Yep, we've done that. Crown Loyalist member. Yeah, I'm a member of the Crown Loyalist faction. Crown Loyalist, loyalist to the king. Started by Tybalt of the Westerlands. There's Clubfoot Reachman and me, part of that. I mean, we need to help try to smooth things over with the king, because the king doesn't like us, and he's not going to like us for a long time, because for whatever reason we didn't pay him homage. Why, Olyver? Why? What did he do to you? We dithered. We failed to pay a debt to the bank. Our grandfather was a tyrant. Well, not a tyrant, but a murderous swine. He hates our guts. So the fact that we're in that faction makes me chuckle. Just him trying to get in the Liege's good books here, like, oh, so sorry about all these transgressions, but look, I'm loyal. Will that help? I better hope so, because if we jaw the king's ire for any slight reason, I think he's going to have a way with us. What you're saying about, at least you don't have Lord Paramount to lop your head off. No, but the king, give him an inch and he'll take a mile. We'll see. So now we get to the part where our machinations come into effect. So the threat that I'm talking about, And game mechanics experts, please do chirp up if I've got the wrong end of the stick here. But we have something called adventurer threats. Now, adventurer threats, we've got Mathis Durandon, and we've got Master Carlton of the Shadow Town Durandon, both of whom are over in Essos. And at least in the base game, if you had adventurer threats, when the adventurers' time expires, which is only next year, they come across with an army of several thousand men to run roughshod over your lands. And they're both coming months apart. Both of them Durandons. So I haven't googled it in any great detail because I don't want to spoil the surprise. But I wanted to know what is it? I don't understand what it is. And apparently, yeah, in the base game, I read this from the base game, so I don't know if it's changed it for this game. I read in the base game that they could come over with up to 30,000 troops, and I'm like, what? We're not equipped to deal with that right now. I don't think we ever would be equipped to deal with that. One of them, maybe, not both of them. So we're in trouble, and we need a plan to deal with this as quickly as possible. So this is what we're enacting. We're enacting an action plan, because we all love a good action plan at work, don't we? We've got a problem. How are we going to deal with it? Well, the first thing, we're going to draw up an action plan, and then we're going to spend a lot of time on the action plan and less time implementing the actions. So, how are we going to enact this plan? First of all, we cannot stand alone. We cannot stand alone. We're going to have 20,000 men at best when all of our training troops and stuff kicks in. We're going to probably have 20,000 troops, right? What's this calculation? It depends on their amassed money. Right, okay, so what money's he got? He's got 50. And he's got 345! Oh, not sure. Oh dear. Anyway, this is the master plan. Right, first part of the plan. We need an ally. We've got a spare daughter. We're expecting sons at some point. So, whether it even is non-matrilineal, right now it's a betrothal. We can cancel it and do whatever else we need to do. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Less than 100 means they fail and don't invade. Oh, you should have told me that. Oh, I should have told me that, because the plan involves dealing with somebody that's got less than 100. I will continue to enact my plan as if I didn't know that, because it's only fair, and I have planned for that. So we shall enact the plan regardless. And he might get more money between now and then. You never know, do you? So we'll enact the plan. The plan is we need an ally. And we need an ally of a powerful Lord Paramount. We're a Lord Paramount now. We're in charge of a Lord Paramount. Oliver's been Lord Paramount for several years, so he's probably made and forged links across the realm in that 9 years, you would imagine. So, who's the most powerful Lord Paramount of them all? Who's the big bad wolf that's going to huff and puff and blow people's doors in? Oh, that'll be Tybalt Lannister, would it? Ah. Hello, Liv. Those dastardly Lannisters, whom in playthroughs we would never usually touch with a barge pole. Oh, suddenly, that could be useful. Okay, Mr. Tybalt, how are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, what's that? You have a son and heir that's requiring a betrothal of suitable rank and station, you say? Oh, not a problem. Take my loving daughter Amanda, for example. Clearly not going to work matrilineally. And let us unify our houses with your 37,000 men, who we might be calling upon at some point. No, of course not, really. This is. I just want to unify our houses. It is only fair and only right that we all get along. We're all in the south here. No need for bickering. No need for dramas. And while we're at it, why not ally together? Show us strength, show of unity. We're in the Crown Loyalist faction after all. I think it's a good idea. He's slow, but yet quite good with diplomacy, which is really strange. Comes to the right answer eventually, but might just get there in his own time. But he's a falconer, family history of falcons, probably a long time ago, far removed from Olyver's history books, to know that great-great-great-great-granddad Eric was a falconer. He's humble, content, trusting and diligent, a family person and gregarious. He's a lovely Lannister. And Lannisters always pay their debts indeed. So, you know, paragon of virtue wants to be. Family focus. He's a lovely fella. I think we'll actually get on quite well. So we're going to try to sway, because we need an alliance, and his opinion of us isn't grand at the moment. So we're going to hook up, get to know each other a bit better, and then whilst we're chewing the fat over the chessboard, if hypothetically some mysterious Durandons came tromping through my lands claiming that they should be on my throne, well, would you be adverse to sending a bit of a helping hand? Oh, no, of course not, Lord Olyver. Of course I wouldn't. I'd be there for you in a flash. As long as you don't break the betrothal once their threat's passed and go back on your word. Of course not. What do you take me for? He said, exactly, nice fella. Just because he's slow doesn't mean he's an imbecile, does it? He's just takes a bit of time to think things through. Makes him appear slow. So with this guy, that's your answer. Oh, that's a very thought out, reasoned answer, actually. Just took you a long time to get there, and he always pulls funny faces when he comes. Oh, boy, that's a bit of a strange one he is, but a very lovely man. Right, so yes, we've got that on the go. So whilst we were over in the Westerlands, negotiating and trying to come up with ideas on how we're going to protect our lands, but make it seem as if we're not in this just for that purpose, and clearly want an ally with him for other reasons too, because, you know, if you're under attack from, you know, people, I don't know, those dastardly Greyjoys, for example, then call upon us in a jiffy. That trident person that's got the north and the Riverlands, you know, greedy bugger. You know, if he turns his attention towards you on your border, you're going to need some help too, aren't you? Of course you are. So, yeah, we'll be there for you just as much as you'll be there for us. Whilst all that's going on, oh, by the way, do you know anybody that would make a good right hand? I'm in a need for one that's competent. The last one vanished off the face of the earth. None in my court seems suitable. I just want a fellow that's dependable, clever, good to rely upon in an emergency situation. Oh, that's not a problem, Lord Eric. I've got just the man in mind for you, he says. Oh, that's very good to know. What's he called? He's called Lucas Meadows. Oh, that's a Reachman. Oh, is it the right guy? Oh, I got me things confused. Yes, but you're in leagues with the Reach, aren't you? Because you were always in cahoots anyway. This fella is what I found. Who's a giant, and you know how I love a giant in the playthrough. My camera company's turning up a touch, doesn't it? It's getting a bit dark. I'll do it after I've done all this flim-flam. Pre-stream prep, actually. Giant. He's a giant man. We love giants. We love them. Morton. The other guy, the scaly giant from CK2. We love a good giant. We love people with maladies, deformities. You know, my grandfather had a hair lip. Did that stop him from being the greatest spider that ever did spider? No, of course not. He's a scholar. He's good with the books. Good for Castellan. He knows his histories. He's craven, which is not a problem. We're not asking you to fight. He's diligent, so will be a good, diligent man to have by our side. Matches our personality. He's paranoid. Safety first. Can't argue with that. He's honest, can rely on him to give us an honest opinion if we ask for it. He's just, can ask for fair opinion when it comes to all things justice. He's ambitious, could be a slight issue, but given his good nature, probably won't be. He's stressed, which clearly indicates to me he works hard. Stress not good, but he works hard. Clearly to be stressed, you've got to be working hard, so a good trait, I think. We're seeing that as. And so, living next door, a stone's throw away, we reach out to him and bring him across to act as a dependable right hand. So we have got a free slot, and I'm hoping that age 44 we can have a good, relationship. Maybe rule as right hand and Lord Paramount for several years, until at least we get a decent wife to rely upon. We're going to have to rely upon this man instead. But look, he's 21 stewardship, 14 diplomacy. Good man to have a line, and he's actually got an ancient bloodline, blood of Garth Greenhand, the first ruler of the Reach, and therefore he has natural, strong claims to the Reach, and he's ambitious. If he's in our good books, who knows, maybe one of these days when our land is settled and we have more machinations to play and he serves us well, who's to say we might not decide to have a bit of a, let's plonk him on the Reach's throne for his reward, for a bit of a spicing up of things. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. The original founding members of the Reach, he is a long descendant of. So yeah, he's coming across. So alliance with the Westerlands. So the alliance with the Westerlands is going to take a little bit more work, because we need to raise the opinion of Tybalt. So that's the first plan to deal with the adventurer or adventurers. What's the second plan? Well, the second plan is adventurers that are dead are no longer a problem, are they? Now, this excuse me, this adventurer is unlikely that we're going to kill him with plots and schemes. But we're not thinking initially plots and schemes. We're thinking having a punt at a faceless man. Could be a high price, not talking money, because we can't afford it, but if there's another price that we can pay that might be a high price, would we pay it? I don't know. I don't know what the prices are. We've never seen them. So out of interest, I thought, desperate times potentially call for desperate measures. So, do they take children? I'm hoping so. We've got plenty of those. Topcliffe bastard children. Have 3 of them if you want. What a dilemma that would be for our character. But anyway, yes, Master Carlton is the more dangerous of the 2 adventurers, so let us plot to kill him. Nobody is going to join the plot. Oh, he's got 163% plot power. We only need 1 backer, but we haven't got any backers that we know of. So that's a bit of a problem. However, we don't need backers if we get a faceless person. To get a faceless person, we need a better spy master. We need a spy master with greater than 18 intrigue. So remember when I said Lady Sabara's going? This is why she's going. We need a better spy master who's connected with the faceless people. She's clearly not. So she has to go. Now we can't remove her until everybody's voted on this law change, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it should happen quite quickly. So we're going to try to kill a Durandan adventurer. I've got a question for you guys. This is club-footed Simon of the Reach, who I believe came into power when he was a child, and might even have been in power when we retook the Stormlands from him, actually, thinking about it. We have a favour on him. Any ideas what to... An inbred club-footed male, yeah. Anybody ideas on what we could possibly want to do with this favour? Now, of course, one of the things that we can do with favours is a lot of things that don't appear in the favour menu, so it's always worth checking the character menu because there's a lot of stuff that we can do in this mod with favours that you can't do in the base game. But improving relations with the king is one of them, and given how much the king hates us, the king actually likes this guy, so this guy's word, roleplay, would carry some decent weight, I would think, if we were to ask him to put a good word in for us. But perhaps maybe the slights that we've given the king would... he hates the king, by the way. But he owes us a favour. The slights that we have given the king would outweigh any word from this guy. So we could try this. Alternatively, of course, we've got the usual favour type stuff, such as asking him to force accept an arranged marriage, which could be useful for getting an alliance with him down the line. A guaranteed almost alliance. But he's childless at the moment, exactly. But that is an option. If he's got somebody in his court that we really like, we could nab somebody from his court, because we can force acceptance there. But there's not a lot of stuff that I'm looking at here. We can force him to join a faction, so if we had any kind of things in mind that we wanted to start a faction against the king, that could be it. So, you know, there's no time limit for these favours to expire, but I'm just putting it out there that we have a favour on him, so if you all remember that and something crops up or jumps up and you're like, oh, you got a favour, just remind me. We could put it to good use. You know, a favour on a Lord Paramount is not to be taken lightly, is it? So that's that. We're almost done, folks, and it's nowhere near 9 o'clock. I think we're getting there. Gallowglay, got that back. Replace Spymaster. I have a Spymaster in mind. We'll get to the Spymaster when we need to put him in place. So that literally is it. Castellan is in, or coming in. So, things to keep an eye on. Divorcing our wife. Remind me every so often to keep checking that. Replace my Spymaster. Remind me to do that when the voting ends, if I forget. Set up my favourites. Right, okay. So my favourite list. Let's get all the Lord Paramounts back favourited again. And then we'll check out the Lord Paramounts, see who they are. Then we'll check out the small council. And then I've got a little surprise for you all. It might be a game mechanic that I've not seen before, or it could be something very significant. I'll let you tell me, but I'll show you, because I got a bit excited when I saw it, and I thought, oh, what's happening? But we'll see. Right, where are we? We'll start down south. So, Dawn is Lord Paramount Ronard of Dawn. Of course, Ronard ripped Tarth from us. He was the Lord of Tarth. His mother was Dawnish. Some succession took place and he ripped it away from us. We did try to retake it, but was told to desist. Well, we weren't, but we were obviously High Lord when it happened, and I think it might have been Olyver or Joanna, one of the two, was told to desist, and it was white-pieced. So we have tried to take it back once. In fact, are we truced? No. Might have been Joanna actually then. But yeah, so we will be going to war to take this back at some point. You can bet your bottom dollar. But not just yet. But that's Mr. Tarthy. We've always been fond of the Tarths, to be fair. Be a shame to go to war for Tarth back, but we might give it to another Tarth person, possibly, maybe. To keep it in the family. That would be a good deed. He's killed one person. Sympathy for Eastern gods. Oh my goodness me. Temperate, honest, gregarious, diligent, kind, stressed. He's a decent man. He's a decent man. So that's Mr. Tarthy, ruling Dawn. A Tarth ruling Dawn. Bit strange, but hey, this is our alternative reality. We've got Clubfoot, inbred, crappy ruler Simon Baratheon. Don't forget the Baratheons at one point held the Reach, Stormlands. They had the North. They had the Crown Lands. They wanted to take over the whole realm, the bloody... like a virus. But yeah, we've got a favour on him. Not much else to be said about this fella. Other than, you know, he seems decent though. He's honest, honourable, diligent and charitable. Bit envious, but, you know, you can't help it. You can't help being inbred. It's not his fault, is it? That his parents were siblings or whatever the hell they were. Right, we've got, of course, the king. Now, Shelley, you asked about the king earlier. It's King Rogar. Now, you know, I know it's the crown helps, but he looks like a king to me. Some people don't look like kings. This guy, beard, hair, looks like a king. He looks like a king you won't want to mess with to me. But of course he's a Baratheon. The Baratheons have held the kingship since Robert. They've never lost it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, like a flipping virus, they're everywhere. But he's a tyrant, which doesn't bode well for us, by the way. He's diligent, temperate, selfish, shy and chaste. Diligent and temperate. Diligent and temperate. Selfish, shy and chaste. Okay. How many people has he killed? I mean, you're the king. You're going to have to kill a lot of people, aren't you? I'm just thinking of our... of us, whom he hates with a passion. But yeah, he's also an intricate web weaver. His strongest trait is plotting and scheming. That doesn't bode well, does it? But yeah, let's follow him, shall we? I think his escapades might be worth tracking. Of course, we've looked at Tybalt. We're getting into leagues with him. And then we come up here. We've got a bit of reach up here. Look at that. We've got a bit of reach there, a bit of Vale there, a bit of reach there. Stormlands a bit there. We've even got a bit of the Iron Throne up there. It's all a bit higgledy-piggledy now. Right. We've got Lord Paramount Tristifer of the Trident, who is a House Vance fella, but he's also got the Kingdom of the North as well. Bit power hungry. Only 33,000 men to say that he's got 2 Lord Paramounts, but the North, particularly after Robb Stark's rule, he decimated the North in his rule alone. To be fair, they've never recovered from it. But yeah, he's a very powerful man as things currently stand. The Vale. We've got the blue-eyed Lord Paramount Lucas. Only 10,000 men so far. He's diligent, just, ambitious, ruthless, craven and cruel. A bit of a streak in him, has he? Age 19. Is it just me, when I saw this guy's portrait? Who does he remind you of in the current Game of Thrones series? He's a spitting image. Hightower. You think Hightower? I'm not thinking Hightower. Whilst you're thinking, I'm going to turn my camera brightness up a bit. I think he's a spitting... Maybe it's just me. Why is it so dark, actually? It shouldn't be... Oh, it's there. That's why it's dark. It's on the wrong setting. I'm doing very well with settings today, am I? Anyway, bring it back. Laris. There you go, Nagisa. You've got it. You've got it. That's what I was thinking of. The Lannister guy. Tywin Lannister, yeah. He does, doesn't he? It can't be just me that notices it. He looks like him. Anyway. Now that I said it, you'd be like, oh yeah, oh he does actually. Yeah, I can see it if I squint my eye and tilt my head sideways. Yeah, oh, I just about see it. Right, we're done. The prep is done. So all that's left is for us just to whiz through the icons here, get them dismissed, and then we get the ball rolling at 8:20, which I'm thinking is a pretty decent actual first setup after we've just taken over Lord Paramount. I don't see it. Are you having a laugh? He flipping doors. Yeah, the hair. Put the different hairstyle on. I almost feel like if I could bring up a picture and compare them side by side. I'm telling you. Somebody clip this. Somebody clip this, put it in Discord and do a comparison for me, please. Look at this. Look. It's spitting image, man. Spitting image. I'm good with faces. Just not with names. Anyway. Right. Budget deficit, not for long. Weak claims being pressed, not really at this moment in time. Open council, that'll go. Adventurer threats, trying to deal. Righteous imprisonment, we'll leave her be for now. She hasn't even got any money that we can imprison her for a laugh and ransom her. De jure holdings going out from the realm, we covered that earlier. Vassal resident levies raised, no longer raised. Ransom all prisoners, just about to do it. Favours, we've got that on check. Captain, command the household guard, we've just done that. So we've done. We are done and dusted. Reminds me of my brother arguing that Ricky Lambert looked like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. If I knew who they both were, I might be able to give you some provide my view, but I have no idea who Ricky Lambert is. And I've not ever seen the Wizard of Oz. Right. One quick look then at the Liege's Council. So the Master of Ships is the High Septon. Okay. The Maester is Morgrill at 61. The Grand Maester, no less. Archmaester gets its own little buff. Celibate, scholar, linguist, family person, zealous, chaste and deceitful. Grand Maester Morgrill. Master of Coin is Lannister. Advisor, no, sorry, Master of Coin is Christopher. I said Lannister because it looks like him now. So Master of Coin is Christopher, who is the Trident man. Tybalt is the Lannister man. Septon is regular Septon, is Garibold. Mystic. Master at Arms is Les 27. Holy cow. So Lester Banefort, who have got 15 house members. What the flipping hell? Norwin was a busy boy. I've never seen so many kids outside of Walder Frey. Well, Jesus wept. Goodness me. So Lester Banefort, 27, pretty decent. Marshal man, Master at Arms, we'll give him that one. Master of Whisperers. Who is it? Lord Lyman of Hayford. Just a regular lord within the realm. He has 21 intrigues. Poet, dishonourable. You cannot be not dishonourable as a Master of Whisperers, can you? He's fat, envious, ambitious, rude, just, zealous and deceitful. Okay, Lord Lyman. We've got Master of Laws Ronard, who of course is Tarth the Dawn Feller. We've got Advisor is Simon the Clubfoot as an advisor. Inbred Clubfoot advisor. What is he advising on? I mean, I'm not jealous that I'm not on your council, but really, advisor? You must really not like me. And the hand of the king, second most powerful man in the realm, you might argue, Lord Lucian Noy, 69, not long for this world. Tyrant, falconer, temperate, wrathful, ruthless, diligent, deceitful. He's also got guard dogs. He's got birds, he's got dogs. He's run a tourney. He's won 3 tourneys. He's a good military ruler, skilled fighter. Got some decent diplomacy and stewardship. Oh, yeah. Decent right hand, I'd probably say. And he's lived a ripe old age despite all of his tournaments and stuff. Done very well there. So there you go, folks. That is the King's Council. Are there any Starks left alive? Yeah, there's Daffin Stark. There's 5 living members. There's not many left. None from that line. I mean, I don't know where Roderick. Just lots of death. Daffin's about there. Edwile maybe got a couple. Mariah. There's a bit of inbreeding going on because some of the trees are merged together here or spread out. But they are close to extinction. Only 5 left. Head of Dynasty. Lord Robin of the North. There you go. So you've got Robin of the North, who's married into House Nightwick. So you've got Robin alive. Oh, there's Tyrene Stark. Lynara Stark, who's married at Lips. Not a lot of Stark, so they're not going to get any Starks because she's married out. They're not getting any Starks because they've married out. These 2 are alive, but they're female and not marrying the Stark name. So we've got literally, I think Daffin Snow might be the last male Stark. Looks like he's been has he been legitimised? Oh dear. He's the last male left by the looks of it, which means the rest, the Stark's continuation rest on his shoulders. No pressure, mate. Don't die. Otherwise the Starks are no more. Hannah Stark. There she is. She's House Stark. Is she matrilineally married? Oh, she's matrilineally married. So Hannah Stark needs to have more boys. More boys. All seeing of age, all getting married, otherwise House Stark are no more. They're a house teetering on the edge. Not quite extinct, but not looking good. It looks like winter came and went, yeah. Did for them suckers, didn't it? Right, anybody else want to see anything else before we click the time rolling? We've got 1 minute until 8:30, so we'll click it. It's gone to 8:30 now. We are off! On 2 speed. We are at war already. How about Targaryens? We kick things off with a duel. You dare to plot to kill me? Don't plot and scheme, good sir. Let's have it out mano a mano. Him probably thinking he's never going to accept. He can't put it even a laugh. I accept. What? Your funeral? Oh no, don't do this to me, game, please. Right, before we duel, any Targaryens? Targ? Gay? They're not seeing it. Stark. There you go, Targaryen. No! House Targaryen are extinct. They're gone. '8354. Burn '8343. Viserys was quite a late one. Got married Jaehaerys. Aegon was probably the last one to die. 8377. He could well be the last one, unless Riella had any kids. No. I think this might have been the last guy. Rest in peace, Targaryen. What happens? You know, that's what happens, I'm afraid, when you implode. Right, anyway. what power does to you. Corrupts. Right, we've got in command that has happened to us, so we are obviously part of the... Oh, we are a commander of the Iron Throne at least, and we have been punted unceremoniously north. But are we leading 19,000 men? Possibly. I mean, that's... No, we're in this one. We're in the slightly smaller army. Army of Lord Paramount Olyver. Oh, okay. We'll keep an eye on where we're going. That'd be quite interesting. See how we get... See where we go. See what we get up to. But we're dueling on the way, or maybe this happened just before we left. Retrospective. You and Beric slowly circle each other, tense and focused. You scan him for any signs of weakness, any opening in his defence that you could possibly exploit. Right. This will not. I will attack with speed. I will attack with force. You take a defensive stance. Now, where the... We're wrathful, but we've just started, so I kind of think we're going to be confident. We know we're a better fighter. We're diligent. We've probably done our homework. We're a trained fighter. We know the basics. So I don't think we're going to go too aggressive because we're not the best as possible. We've got some good equipment to protect us that helps. But I think we know that he's going to fumble. We know that he's going to flail. And we know that he will provide an opening at some point. That's as much as our training has taught us. You know, we don't have to go aggressive when we're facing perhaps weaker opposition. Let them make the mistake. Let them make the false move. Just be ready to pounce. You see a weak spot, a vulnerability in his defense. It's not much, but it's all you need. We strike. Despite getting the upper hand and gracefully injuring him, I could not land a finishing blow. We both retreat, content with there being no clear victor. He's got nothing, zero fight. You should be ashamed of yourself, Olyver. How on earth have you let this play out as a draw? No one able to claim victory. What? Oh. I'm disgusted. Absolutely disgusted. Hello, Matthew. Oh, why have you retracted your message? Yeah, exactly. Just wow. Right. Food. See you later, Chris. You've been fasting all day for a blood test. You're fading a bit. Oh, no worries. No worries. Have a good evening, sir. Right, we are going to spend enough food to satisfy people's hunger. We're not here to show off here. We're diligent. We know that we're under the cosh when it comes to finances. As long as people have enough to eat, that is all we can ask. Okay, so we have a daughter born to Ronard, who is my cousin, and Elia Hightower, who is called Ariane. Arrived at my court. Happy days. Right, your demanded scheming is misdirected. So we auto-stop the plots there, so some schemes have been ended. Meanwhile, we shall focus on where we are travelling with our army on the king's behalf. Me, your years be short and miserable. I accept paying your ransom. Ooh, nice. So one ransom accepted. Another ransom accepted. Okay, good. Scheming is okay, yeah, very good. Keep going, keep going. Your low character is a subject of bravosy plays. I accept pay. Oh, hey! Look at that. Just like that, we are in the positive. Not massively, but we're in the positive. But we are making 4.37 per month, which isn't bad. To the affable wit, Olyver. May you live in harmony and contentment. You cannot abandon my liege to be at court. But he came, right? We saw the message that he came across up here. Scheming's unjust. Oh, yeah, you're caught here. Must be a glitch. Right. You have come to be my right hand, my seneschal. Oh, look at that. Accepted the betrothal. couple of things have happened there. Bear with me. So we have now got our Seneschal, our Castellan, who will oversee the realm for now. Nothing else that I really want to do. We could start improving defences. What does that do? Just fort level, garrison size, bigger garrison size. Storm's End is pretty decent anyway. We'll go with oversee the realm. That'll do us quite nicely. So that's him sorted. Oh yeah, and Lannister. He's accepted the thingy, the betrothal. So yeah, we just need a little tick more of opinion. We're already 3 stars and 3 negatives, so we just need a little tiny tick more of opinion, and we should be able to gain his alliance. Now we should have lack of funds disappear soon because we're no longer lack of funds. So hopefully that will do the trick. But we will also try to sway as well. Just to see if we can push that up through some of our gregarious ways. According to Justicar Sebastian, the small folk of Ringwood have started a delightful tradition, dancing, feasting, and it's going to cost us 40 gold at a time where we can very least... well, we have got it. What else do we need it for at the moment? Oh, now it's 7.3 per month. Oh, that's even better. The only thing I could think of is possibly mercenaries, if we do need mercenaries. But otherwise, you know what? It's going to give us extra tax modifier, so long-term gain. Prosperity of the Rainwood increases. Adventurers, funds for potential adventures. Well, no, you know what? I think we may reap the benefits in the long term, possibly. We'll see. So we're waiting for the vote to end. Justifer of the Trident revoking the High Lordship of Blackwood. Right, Matthew, hello again. We picked house words, yes. The house words were the more the merrier. At the time, it was because we were in control of somebody that was a seducer and slept around. But, you know, yeah, it can have many meanings. Money, troops. You can spin it to any situation you want to put your mind to. But why are you doing that? The more the merrier. I mean, you can't use that for everything. I flipping well can. Why are you so fat? The more the merrier. Why have you got gonorrhea? The more the merrier. Bloody hell. Lady Sabara Karen has been leal and asks an enable servant who's about to be fired. So, I shall arrange a reward of 44 gold. No, asking her to... having her have a favour on me. Before, when we were like High Lord or Normal Lord, having favours dished out for people wasn't that bad, because what are they going to do with favours, really? When we're giving favours to High Lords now, they could become a bit more problematic, actually, because they could do things with favours that might be a problem. But the feast is over, the funeral is done, my father is laid to rest with a feast that was tasty. People weren't going home with overly full bellies, which is good, you know. It's a funeral, not a feast, really. It's, you know, eat and enjoy, savour. Oh! And they've rejected it. Right, that's fine. Okay, so now we can appoint council members. So, Lady Sabara. Awfully sorry. Awfully sorry to do this to you. I'm sure you've served very ably, but I need an able man that's got connections to certain people that we need to be in contact with. So I hear that Miles Craycall, the West. Oh, this was the Westerman fellow we were talking about when we were talking about the whole the Ty-Balti conversation that we were having, and asking him to recommend somebody to us. Somebody, of course, that's got some shady connections, shall we say? Oh, aye, cruel and ruthless man I know who has some such connections, who could be useful to you. He's a hunchback, and nobody ever suspects the hunchback fella. Oh, I see. What's he called? It's called Miles Craycall. It's a famous house. You'll have heard of them. I have heard of them, yes. Yes, I'm sure if you've got any needs and wants for any shady dealings, he can arrange it for you. Oh, I see. So Mr. Lannister not only helping us with his armies if we need to call upon them, but also with his contacts. I think we should be really saying a big thank you to a Lannister for a change. Who would have thought it? Right, anyway, where were we going? Where are we? We're up north. We're still marching up north. Where are we going? We're going to Overton. Oh, there we go. Nothing like a feast for people to come out of the woodwork with their problems. Jane's tell me has used her attendance of the feast in Storm's End to present a petition for justice before the court. She claims that Master Berron made an attempt on the life of one of her kinsmen and demands that he is brought to justice for attempt murder. If your foes are Baratheons, Lannisters could be good allies. Actually, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay. Master Berron. Now, he has a dishonourable trait, which suggests to me, potentially, that she might be correct. Attempt murder, you say? Yeah, attempt murder. Everyone knows about it. It's evidence and everything. I see. I see. Fine. Arrest this man. Right in the middle of the feast? No, after the feast. Don't cause a drama. Arrest him after the feast, will you? Okay. So Master Berron is now safely locked away. We'll deal with him in due course. Is he my vassal? No, he's my rival. Where's Mallowbeck? Oh, he will be. Not a direct vassal. He's in Rainhouse. His vassal is Lord Miles of Rainhouse. Oh, who's this? Oh, here's my courtier. This must be a glitch. Trigger route from. Yeah. What didn't happen in the original version when we were playing it? Oh, I've just lost my clippy thing on my pen. I just flicked it off. Right, okay. So, Baron's in prison. We could actually ransom him out for 25 gold, because he's the mayor. If he can afford to pay it. Oops, a daisy. Yeah, he's come. Right. Spy Master. Miles. She's not going to like that, is she? Scheme. I think scheming is fine. And now that we have got a spy master with some connections, we can now send for a faceless man. Now, last time it asked us for about 1,000 gold, but apparently you can get things that don't involve gold. So hopefully we might see something a bit different, because we certainly can't afford 1,000 gold. So we were hoping for something different that's not too unscrupulous. You've discreetly sent word to the Guild of the Faceless Men in Bravos that you require their services. They will reply soon. Don't take too long. You've got until a second moon. You've got 11 months to respond. Hopefully that's not too long a time period. No rush. But there is a little bit of a rush. Yeah, he's got the 25 gold. We might let him out for a ransom. It's only attempt murder, not actual murder, is it? Why are we killing Master Quailon? Because he's an adventurer. He's a Durandan. He's an adventurer threat, and apparently he could come across with a horde of men with his money to cause us some grief. So we thought it best to get rid of him before the grief happens. He's got 353. The other guy still only got 50. The more brandy Jana drank at the feast, the more and louder she talked and laughed, until she let out a loud snoring and fell face first into her place. The servants discreetly removed her from the table and took her to a bedchamber. Disgusting behaviour. Oh God, here we go. Just when we were just about to settle down to some more food, hang on, I've got to can I just bend your ear, my lord? Of course, bend away, Lady Sabara. Yes, well, crime and indeed banditry in Nightsong is an increasing threat. And the local sheriffs cannot contain the problem. Now, I beg of you that you send men and coin to eradicate this menace plaguing the area, for once this is dealt with, of course, you will see the indirect benefits in increasing taxes. Oh, I see. And I have just recently fired you from your position, so hopefully this will help to smooth things over a touch with you. Yes, I agree. Sir Tancred will be sent immediately with some gold to fund the expedition. Oh, thank you. Sir Tancred organised a group of men to tackle the bandits. They captured and killed many prominent criminals and publicly hand them as an example to others. Lady Sabara is satisfied. Fired, but satisfied. We like to giveth with one hand and taketh away with the other. How many Durandans are there? Let's have a look, actually. House Durandan, 41 living members. I don't think they're going anywhere fast. You? I don't think they're going anywhere fast at all. Carlton is there. Who was the other fella? Mathos. Where's Mathos in this sprawling line of family? Who cares? There's a crap ton of them. They've just, they're worse than the bloody Baratheons now. The Baratheons, Durandans, cut from the same flipping cloth. Coming to take my lands. How dare you? My grandmother was a Durandan. She would want me here. I tell you, I'm rightfully here. Right, my prisoner Master Baron is complaining about his dark cell in the dungeon, asking for a more suitable accommodation. Right. You could let him rot. Can we take a look at the Kingsguard? Yeah, we can do. I think we shall be merciful. We shall be merciful. Changes his opinion, gives us piety, we're zealous and all that, do the good deed. He's still locked up. Attempt murder. We're debating whether to ransom him even as well, after he spent at least a year in prison for his troubles, or if we need the cash urgently. Yeah. You've caught me on a good day. I shall be merciful. I've already got the good graces of Lady Sabara. This funeral has arrived. The ritual has been done. There has been several tears shed. Probably not many, because not many people liked him, if I recall correctly. But nonetheless, he did achieve a lot for the family in the end, minus the dynastic stain. But yes, he ended up going insane in the end, didn't he? Lunatic. Yeah, he ended up as a lunatic in the end. Master schemer, dishonourable, genius. Hairlip, of course. Paranoid, deceitful fellow. Cruel, yeah. He had it all. He had it all. And so it is done. Gone loud again. It's rather irksome that all the different music tracks have like varying degrees of loudness. Hopefully this one will end soon. My liege, I've discovered a promising candidate that could potentially be strong-armed into joining factions that you support. So this is the Crown Loyalists, surely. We're not that bothered about getting people. Vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions. What conspiratorial factions? Stormlands? Lord Baldric for the Stormlands? Who the hell is he? Lord Gladden, who's my brother. Started by himself. And Crown Loyalists. Well done, Master Selwyn. Well done. So, Lord Joffrey of Griffin's Roost. They're only very weak, aren't they? Yeah, we'll use legalism. We're not going to blackmail or threaten. We're just going to use the law. I don't think so. Gossip Park. You didn't say, You didn't say the password. Damn you! Okay, so we're trying to earn Lord Paramount Tybalt's trust. I can ask him. Maybe some other time. It will cost 75 prestige. Yeah, I remember that too. They came, yeah, the Reach. Well, we were at war with the Reach, and then, of course, they arranged for the Westerlands to join in, and then we were screwed. We were also at war with Dawn at the time, I recall. So we were split on two fronts. We were doomed. We were doomed. We tried in earnest to kill the Reach King. We tried everything to kill him before he managed to conquer. We delayed with our as much as we could, trying to help out with combat too. We just couldn't do it. But we got there in the end, as they say. We might not have to. Our opinion has improved a little bit already. Enough for an alliance already. Do you know what? I don't think I need to speak to you anymore, sir. I just remembered, I've got a hair appointment. I'll speak to you next time. Maybe on the council if I ever get on it. You never know. A delegation from the ancient Bank of Karth, led by keyholder Tala, has arrived in Storm's End. He is seeking a resolution to the unpaid debt and is offering a compromise which he says will satisfy both parties. Now, of course, we are way up in the north here, away from the council. So our newly appointed right hand, Sir Lucas Meadows, who of course we know is honest and just, you know, diligent, is in charge, and of course angering the banks across the east is not good. So, seeing as he has come offering a compromise, and the compromise is extending the loan for another 3 years, and we will pay 10 gold of compensation. It will increase the interest, however, which means we pay back more in the long run, but, you know, it gives us 3 years to gather up enough coin, and I don't know how much coin we owe. Is there a way to find that out exactly, how much coin we owe? Loan taken? How much? But it gives us 3 years to at least amass some coin to pay it back. So I would like to pay it back. So we will accept the offer. Our right hand says yes. Lucas. Let's remember his name. Lucas Meadows. And we have our alliance. Tybalt Lannister II. Repay loan. Oh, there it is. 266 gold. Jesus Christ. Right, okay, so we've got to save up 266 gold in 3 years. That's 3 years of skimping and saving. Oh. That is a lot of skimping and saving. Right, somebody did just die. Jerry and Topcliffe had Chance. Now, I remember Chance, because I've just watched the series. Chance was Dumbledore's Valyrian steel sword. And he was infirm or incapable at the back end of the last season. So he's died. He's a bastard. Yeah, he's died. Cancer. So the sword has passed down to his son. Now, Valyrian steel sword passing through the Topcliffe family willy-nilly. We're not that far from this line, I don't think. How is there any way for that to pass this way? So he's my cousin, right? He's like a second cousin, though. These are cousins. So he was my great uncle. So you would say, yeah, like a secondy kind of cousiny, great cousin, whatever kind of situation. So if he dies, he's got no family, he's got no sons. I think there's a way to check the inheritance of Valyrian steel swords. Here. Is it here? Oh, how do we... There's a way to find out the inheritance law of a Valyrian sword. Maybe you click on the actual sword itself. Oh, it might be in his... It might be in here. It might be in here. Some artifacts must have conditions that must be fulfilled before granting its holder office. What about this? No? There's a way to see the succession of Valyrian swords. I've seen it. I remember finding it before. I can't remember where it is. But anyway, obviously it goes to kids, so if he doesn't have any kids and he's not married yet, it would possibly... No! I don't think we need to... I don't think we need to get him married, because he'll have kids and the sword will pass to his kid. If we keep him unmarried, it will pass to another dynasty member. But which dynasty member? If it's the head of the dynasty, that will be us. Oh, what are the rules? Well, there you go. It's there. Upon the death of an owner of a Valyrian steel blade, the order of precedence for inheritance is the current heir, if the same dynasty or child, if the current heir, I'm assuming that's the current heir of the sword, right? So it would be a child. A grandchild who is head of the dynasty. Will that cover us? I'm not his grandchild. A child or a grandchild who is head of the dynasty. Well, that doesn't count because I'm the head of the dynasty. So that would be none. There's no current heir because there's no kid. A child or grandchild of the same dynasty. A child or grandchild of the same dynasty. That's a bit vague. But he has no child or grandchild, right? That must be his grandchild or child. So he has none. So that doesn't count. A sibling of the same dynasty. Does he have any siblings? So it's Oh, he's got... Oh, no! He's got no dynasty members. These are all different dynasties. So that's... Oh, this is looking promising here. This is looking promising. We need to keep him unmarried, you know, because if he dies... If we were nasty and scheming, I could see him dying very quickly. So, let's have a look. He's got no heir. He's got no children. He's got no grandchild who's head of the dynasty. He's got no sibling. Any member of the same dynasty. Any member of the same dynasty. So that could be any Topcliffe. Now, surely, if it's going to go to any Topcliffe at that point, it should be the head of the house Topcliffe. You would think, wouldn't you? Surely. But it could be like a lottery. Let's draw lots for it. Not sure. Does he have any close friends in the dynasty? It goes to Beverly. Right, we've got... Yep, there's a list of the swords, and there's Chance. Jerry and Storm wields Chance. Yeah. Oh, and he's not going to join the faction. Very good. Right, perfect. Okay, so it's a lucky dip, basically, but ultimately, he has to stay unmarried. And he's in our court, I believe. Was he in our court? I better check that. Sure he was, that's why I got the message, I think. Your kinsman, he's in our court. You ain't getting married, mate. No offence. That's as scheming as we get. Can I get married, sir? No. You're going to live a celibate life. No, actually, no, you don't even have to live. But live as a bachelor. Visit the brothels. No, don't do that. You're bastards. Oh, shoot. No. Yeah, live a celibate life. Very celibate. Can we send him off to be like a maester? Can't we maester him? It's not cruel, is it? It's an honourable profession. I think you need to be a maester. What, with 2 learning? Yeah. Learn more. Asked to leave court. Duel him. I wonder if you could win it in a duel. We could. I'm not going to do it, but we could send insults to antagonise him, make him a rival, duel him for it, and hopefully Chance get it on Chance. If not, he'll be dead. Might kill him in the duel, and it'll pass anyway. I think if we were Edric the Spider scheming levels, there's obviously openings, I think, here to try to grab this sword, but we're not that way inclined, so. Enjoy it. Or he kills us with it. Yeah. He's got concussion. He's been fighting. It's fitting that the sword Chance would pass on at Chance. Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, we've lost some men. Probably attrition. We're continuing on our escapades to the north. We're heading to here. This is where the revolt is happening. It's going to involve travelling on ships. You know how well our family have gotten well with ships in the past. Remember the whole Dragonstone saga? Jesus, that was a stress. Right, anyway, we have a mysterious hooded man approaching us. Faceless man, Miyiku. Food taster of Lorath. General of Lorath. For the right price. Don't be money. Oh. It's money. And it's a lot of money. Right, okay. You're just all greedy buggers. You just want cash. Yeah, we deal in cash nowadays. We don't deal in kids. It's too messy. We've got enough anyway at the moment. We're not recruiting. 1,370 odd. 75 to be precise. It's guaranteed death. It's guaranteed bankruptcy. That's what it is. Afraid I'm going to have to decline. your loss. I don't think we've been quite so rude, but we're going to have to kindly decline. Now, have a couple of glasses of wine and off you go. Oh, that's such a... Why are we on 3 speed? Even a laugh. You're trying to kill me off game? My goodness me. I don't do 3 speeds around here. Is there anything that we need to have a look at? Oh, I forgot to give you the little bit of nugget of possible excitement. That's probably not excitement. Right, I've set up my favourites. I've got Miles Cray calling. Replace my Spy Master. I've done that. I've done Liege's Council. Somebody wants to look at the King's Guard. Sorry, I'll look at the King's Guard in a second. Right. Wife. Divorce. Acceptance score minus 15. So yeah, we get yeah, we can send him a gift to increase his opinion, but it's not going to be enough. I had to play around with this when I was practicing before the session started. We only get plus 10, so we're still short of opinion for a divorce, but tantalisingly close. What else have I got that's a negative opinion here? My wrathful trait, can't get rid of that easily. Same culture. Piety, they're going to remain. She's humble, that's going to remain. High Septon's opinion of her. I wonder if we could slander her or something. We'd have to spy on her to kind of maybe slander her. Alternatively, we would have to find another way to increase his opinion, which is difficult because we can't sway him. So yeah, we might be stuck with our wife unless anybody's got any bright ideas for the time being, which is fine. We're still trying to have a son with her anyway, because we would like a kind of son that's got the Durandon, Baratheon and Topcliffe blood in them. She has, but she's not coming. She's betrothed. Might have to remove that betrothal if we don't have any further children and end up dead. Mind you, it's seniority, so it doesn't matter at the minute. One of the bonuses, I suppose. Right, let's carry on. So basically, all we're doing at this moment in time is waiting to see what happens on the 2nd of, or the 17th of the second moon, which is coming around, to see what this adventurer is going to bring. Because we can't... Faceless Man isn't going to work, right? So we can't get backers here. So this is never going to fire. So the only alternative solution is to try to plot to kill the other one. The other one hasn't got any money, so he may fail anyway, but just out of interest, it's 38%, it's very low. And backer-wise, 15, 30, 68, 70 odd, 80, 90, 100, just that's a lot of bribes. It's quite expensive for something that might not even fire. Can I duel the adventurers? I insult you. Can I invite them to court? They're not going to come, surely. Yeah, come. I mean, I don't think it's too bad to send an insult. I mean, this man is coming with an army. We got wind on the grapevine. He's coming across with something. Some machinations are happening over there. We're not happy about it. We can't get over there. He's across the sea. We're kind of limited what we can do. We'll send him a strongly worded letter. Strongly worded letter. You scurvy dog, you fool, you a foul fool, and your foul jester ways repulse me. Is that the best you can do, Oliver? Lord Oliver to you, by the way. And yes, I'm not very good at these insults. I'm a friendly person. You foul fool. Okay, foul fool it is. I don't think it's going to have the desired effect. Just send it, will you? Gullible fool. Add that on as well at the end. Gullible foul fool. That's as much as I can say. Gullible foul fool. Right, okay, no problem, sir. Let's hope he's of a easily angry disposition. Oh, it's happened! It's happened! Lord Miles of Rainhouse has inherited Lord of Harvest Hall, Lordship of Harvest Hall, which was down here, I think. So now, if we look to the Rainwood High Lordship, we have an additional land. Perfect. Not really perfect, because Lady Sabara will be ticked off about it. Oh, we reprimanded her apparently. When did we do that? Obviously before our rule. We told her off. She still holds a grudge about it. Doesn't say that she desires it, but surely she will do. And she can't have it, because that means I lose a rain house, and clearly we're not losing land over it, are we? Right. I'm just thinking, maybe we'll wait till the adventurous situation is finished first before we start ticking vassals off, but I'm thinking at some point before the end of today's session we want to take back the Gallows Grey from where is he? From Lord Courtney Wendwater. We'll pay him for it. Oh, what? Ooh. Lord Cameron can be imprisoned. He's my uncle. He's a troublesome vassal. We'll sit on this until after we've dealt with the adventurers potentially, but this could be a way to oust him from the Blue Grove. Which, given the problems that he's causing, I don't think it's actually unreasonable. It depends how bad his treason is. It might not be bad enough to revoke a title treason, but clearly has not learnt his lesson from when he was imprisoned the first time. Unless this is that kind of glitch where you get the imprisonment back, and that happened in the last season, I'm sure. We got people ransomed and then they came back in prison again. I don't know if it's the same kind of situation, at which point we won't do it because it feels a bit off. But unless he's got a faction brewing that is in, he is, look, he's still in a faction. Fabricate evidence of Lady Sabara's treason, so it's a fresh imprisonment. Is this a bad enough slight to revoke a title? I don't think it is. But we'll sit on it for now. So oh, for God's sake, what's happening here? What is going on? Invite for a plot. Back our plot to kill the king? Are you having a laugh? He hates me enough already. Kill the flipping king. You jesting here? Oh, of course, and he's also in a faction. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Okay, that puts an even bit more urgency on imprisoning him now. We've got a legitimate reason to imprison him. He's the leader of his own faction. He's clearly not happy. If we don't arrest him, he raises his banners probably, which is a right pain in the backside, right before we're about to be invaded. Would only be a very small rebellion to put down, but not the best timing. We'll continue to sit on it, which means that we shouldn't, or we can't, auto-end plots at the moment because we don't want to end that particular one. But yeah, kill Lord Paramount Oliver. Beric, we tried to duel him. It was a draw. I think we take that as well. We're not going to duel him again. I don't know if you can duel somebody a second time. There's probably a cooldown on it, but we can actually ask him to end the plot, which I suppose is reasonable enough. That's his reward for tying the jewel. You're not dead. You drew with me, so I'm just going to ask you to end the plot rather than imprison you. How about that? Use a reasonable percentage before making faction demands. What do you mean? What do you mean percentage of what? Of levy power? Oh, you mean the faction? Oh yeah, the faction's not going to fire. It just means that it's another reason to put him in prison. As in, we know and have it on good authority that you are plotting against me. Not a plot, but you know, conspiring perhaps. Very bad news, Lord Cameron. Very bad. It's bad enough you're trying to forge treachery with Lady Sabara, whom, to be fair, we've never seen eye to eye with, but nonetheless. Right, any of these that kill Errol. 111. Whoa. That's the Lord of Gallows Grey. What has she done? She's my courtier. What has she done? Arrival. Arrival. Rhaena Errol, 21. Okay, I mean we could end, we can't have people being killed in our court. End this nonsense. End it now. Rescue Lord Tymond Liddon from captivity, who's in Lady Sabara's prison. No, he's obviously in prison for good reason. There we go. Right, where's the Cameron one? Fabricate evidence of... Yeah, there we go. We'll leave that one ticking over. We can't end it anyway. Okay, so let's see where we are. Let's continue to see... oh, where am I? Oh, I'm not... Where am I? Oh, I'm in here now. There we go. Oh, I'm back there again. Oh, hang on. What's happening here? So, Langwood Hall has passed to a new Lord of Griffin's Roost. Must have just died then. Well, somebody's died, but he's got that and all of those. Okay. Right, so where are we going? There's no ships here. Oh, it don't have to have any ships. There's a land passage here, isn't there? That means you can cross. That means you can cross by land. Where are we? There I am. And there I am. So I am besieging deep down. Oh, I forgot to mention. Sorry. Obviously, Septon. He's not even serving the court. Not even serving the damn court. You lazy swine. Right. Performing charity was our usual Septon's task. But given that we're zealous, hunt subversives seemed like a reasonably decent change of pace when it comes to the Septon. Looking and hunting for apostates and all that, and we have managed to find one apparently. So let's have a look at this. We've not come across this before, I don't think. Septon Julian bursts into your chambers. Well, into the chambers of my good old Lucas here, as we're absent without leave, flanked by several knights dragging Lysa with them in chains. Who's Lysa? She's in Griffin's Roost. My Lord Paramount, there are many concerned peasants claiming that their children are plagued by nightmares of this woman. She is obviously a witch. What shall be done with her? burn her in dungeons. Well, he's been given strict instruction that if any apostates are found, in the name of the seven, they need to be burnt at the stake. No questions asked, no negotiations had. I mean, I don't know what evidence they've got, but it's clearly good enough. Can't have heathens in our lands, I'm afraid. It's not the way we do things. Right, well, we are not really doing anything here, it seems. Oh, look at this. My kinsman, Geryon Storm, has expressed a desire to get married. I don't think so, pal. As I said, it's a life of celibacy for you. My vassal Lady Sabara has requested that Lord Miles Selmy of Rainhouse should be sworn to her rather than me direct. Oh! You want the Rainhouse. Well, you don't want the Rainhouse, she wants her land back, but that comes with the Rainhouse. They come as a couple now. Oh, marry him to a 50. That's a perfect idea. If he comes back again, moaning. Yes, you can get married. Yes, to a hunchbacked 50-year-old. Have a great time. You can have all the nookie you want. No risk of kids. Knowing our luck, should really give birth. It's like probably like a 2% chance or something. No! Let me think about it for a second. I don't think so. Denied. Next. Seems familiar. Why didn't we take deep down? I don't know what's going on. Where are we going now? We're going back to the Seal Shore. Lord Lionel Tarley of the West March has upset the delicate balance of power. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Nothing much. So we're ticking over. 6 months to go until the adventurers arrive, or the first adventurer arrives. Are we ready for it? What's our levy size like? 19,000. Still got a little tiny bit more to go. We're almost at full capacity. And here we are, miles away, when we've got incoming threats. Kind of feel like we'll pull ourselves out of this if we can. Running around, headless chickens. Didn't even take any flipping land or anything. No sieging. Okay, we're prancing and dancing around up there, which is not good. Norvos has been looted of 122. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Rainwood. Have we got a trade post in Rainwood? Have we? Oh, we've got a trade port in Rainwood. Are these functional? I mean, I have no clue how these works. I think I've got the Republic DLC actually. I have no clue how it works in the base game. I've never used it. Not sure how it works in this game, but apparently it could be useful. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Rainwood, but your relationship with the Lornell family from Mere that owns it has soured. To teach them a lesson without going to war, you could arrange for a mob to burn it down. No, don't be silly. Burn it down with a mob. It is not the kind of behaviour we would advocate. Click the trade routes map mode. Oh, is there a map mode for it? Let's pause it very quickly. Where is it? Governments, defensive pacts, trade zones. There we go. Does that mean anything to anybody? Cape of Rains. What does the green stuff mean? This trade zone is owned by the Lawnell family of the Free City of Mere. A lot of them are owned by the Lawnell family or the Aramillar family. I don't know. I've never seen it. Okay, well, no clue what's going on there, but apparently shows the Silk Road as a big golden line. We have got some lines there, haven't we? Okay. Obviously it's not a game mechanic we've ever played with, and we'll probably not start playing with at this moment in time, certainly. But anyway, yeah. Right, my dinner is ready, so I'm just going to pop down, grab that, munch away whilst we're waiting for the adventurers to arrive. We're saying it like we've got like guests coming over for a barbecue. Oh, the adventurers are coming soon. Oh, lots to look forward to here. Whatever shall we give them to drink? How about some poison? Right, give me a second, folks. I'll be back. Right, folks, we are back and waiting with bated breath for the invasion of the adventurers. In the meantime, I have a chicken breast scallop. I think that's what you call them, scallops, with chips and beans. Oh, it would help if I unpaused it, wouldn't it? So his wife died aged 76 years ago, and he wants to get married again. His father was the Lord of Lonmouth. So was his brother. So he must be a younger brother. Yes, knock yourself out. Marry as you please. I don't have to get involved in your marital affairs. Marry who the hell you please. I feel like this is the calm before the storm. I'm intrigued. We're almost there. 17th of the second moon. Christopher Vance has transferred vassal contract. Transfer contract. Daughter's been born. Vassal contract. Vassal contract. That's fine. Okay, we're getting there. Why does the Lord of the Reach's child have a teddy bear icon? It means it was stillborn. Oh, that happened recently actually, you're right. Yeah, stillborn. Unfortunate. What happened? They vanished off the list. Let's just give it a few ticks to see whether or not we get a message, but this could be looking good. He had the most money as well. It would make more sense for the other guy to give up and that guy to carry on, unless it's 500 gold minimum before that. I don't know, there might be a different mechanic in this mod. I'm not complaining, but I did make preparations for this. We could well have sacrificed children for this. Back our plot to fabricate a claim on Dawn. No, I don't get involved in plots. Maybe there's a plague. Maybe he died. Maybe he died before it happened. Obviously, we weren't keeping a close tab on him. It seems odd that he would have died before it happened, but you never know. Where's the plague screen? Any plagues? A bloody flux. In fact, we could actually find out if we could find out what he was. If we could remember what he was called, we could probably find him. So Mathos. What was the other one called? Let me remember. Maybe like finding a needle in a flipping haystack. Didn't he have like a really strange name? This is gonna be like, this is literally finding a needle in a haystack territory. Lester, Baldric, Monfrid? No. So Gowan. Kalon. Oh, good spot. Kalon. What a stupid name. It should be a name that you remember, right? Kalon. We're not finding a Kalon. Q-A-Y, Quaylon. So if he's not coming up, does that mean he's dead? That could mean he's dead. We've not got any filters on. Oh, I keep forgetting to... This was supposed to be a bit of excitement, possibly. But it might not be, depending on if you've got a knowledge of the game mechanics. But, now that I remember, before I forget for the 15th time, let me feast your eyes on this. So I think he must have died before it happened, which is rather fortunate. Rather fortunate. Unexpected, but fortunate. Right. So, when I was looking for characters to invite to the court, I was contemplating trying to find the next Willem of Gold Hollow. In this second season, I want a really, really, really good fighting man that we can send to tournaments, bet on, in the hope that we can make some profits. That's going to be a family trait. The more the merrier? Yeah, the more gambling the merrier, clearly. So I typed in, formidable fighter. I wanted formidable fighting men. And it brought up a long list of men, as you can imagine. So then I started scrolling down the men of formidable fighting ability and was surprised to see Carlton. Oh, for God. Oh, you got my hopes up now. We'll have to go back and look for Carlton in a minute. I was scrolling down, piddly-pee, piddly-poo, who can I find to bring across? And, oh, hang on. A White Walker. What? The White Walker of Winter. 511 years old, the bugger. This one is all the way over here. But there were a couple more that were in the north. There was this one, who's 8,410 years old, who's currently, apparently, stationed somewhere up here. So my question to anybody that's learned in the mechanics of this game, are the White Walkers always here and just waiting for an event to fire before they come marching down, or is the fact that they are actually searchable and findable a very bad sign? We have 6 living members of the White Walkers at the moment. I almost feel like it's probably a game mechanic thing and they won't come tromping through until an event fires, but they're here. They're here in the game. Lord Treasurer, Chief General of the White Walkers, 8,329 years young, worshipping the cold gods, 120 fighting ability. Can we invite you to court, mate? Can we invite you to court? We'll have a White Walker be our champion. The house symbol is a boat. Yeah. 2 have hats, 1 has a beard. It's a bit cold up north. Take that silly hat off. What? It's the fashion of it. It's the fashion, I hear. If it was good enough for White Walker 81942, who died a natural death quite many moons ago, but during this playthrough, he died during this playthrough. How did he die? Well, he died a natural death, apparently. But yeah, I just thought, I'll show you that. I thought, oh, I got excited when I saw it. I thought, oh, are they coming? Are they coming? But the fact that they, some of them are over in Essos. Most of them are up here in the north, but some of them aren't here. Some of them are over in Essos, which I thought an odd place for a White Walker to be. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. Right, we've got now until... Oh, what was the name of the guy, sorry? Carlton. Reset that. Carlton Durandon. No, he's still alive. 300 still got 300 coin. He's still alive. He's 29. He just thought to himself, yeah, do you know what? I don't want to adventure across the narrow sea. I can't be bothered. Oh, I can be bothered. He's now in Dawn. He wasn't in Dawn last time. He was over here. Unless that was the other guy. He's in the water. Apparently. He's somewhere, or maybe he's here. Is he there? let's keep going. Let's find out. Let's see what's happening. But yeah, we seem to have got rid of one adventurer. Stopped off at dawn. Thought, you know what? Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. What is happening faction-wise? Nothing major. Wardmaster Sailment. No, that's the Crown Loyalists. We've done nothing for now, that's fine. Your insult must have shamed him into abandoning his adventure. Oh, do you know what? Just in case that's the thing. Hey, you, Sir Mathis Durandon. I want to send an insult again, please. Sending ravens from way up in the north. Lucas, send this to Sir Mathis Durandon. Second class raven. It's not that urgent. He's not coming for another 6 months. But just, I've thought of a new insult. This'll get him. Lucas opens the parchment. Oh, it's from Olyver. Seal and all that. Yeah. Oh, God. In short, I despise you. You are a two-faced false knight, and your two-faced gesture ways repulse me. Crossings out, vile jester. Little arrow, add that in. Okay. You're a two-faced knight, and your two-faced, vile jester ways repulse me. Lovingly signed, or Paramount Olyver of House Topcliffe. I almost feel like the Topcliffe bit, if you were signing it, needs a bit of a flourish now at the end. Topcliffe, the E flicks up, you know. Ah, very good, yes. I should really send this down into the streets of the common folk to spice this up a bit. I'm sure they could come up with a few names that would make the maids blush. But be it as it may. That'll teach him. You have to work on your insult game, Olyver. I'm too nice. I can't do it. You're plotting to kill a man. Am I? Oh, so I am. Cancel that off, please. You don't need to kill him anymore. I've changed my mind. Okay, very good. Right, where are we? Where are we in this grand adventure? Oh, wait, all the way over here now. We're fighting against... Why is the deep down peasant revolt sprung over here? Not a clue what we're fighting. We're fighting... Oh, it's ended. It's just ended. It ended quite quickly because it was only 26%. Anyway, we're home! Woohoo! Look at this, we've got prospering counties. Everything's looking good. Oliver's have basically copied the first letter. No, it's a different letter. Different letter. He thought long and hard about the insults this time. Maybe the High Septon got wind that he approached the Faceless people. Who knows? But somebody is not happy with him. Now, bearing in mind, excuse me, that we are a zealous person, having somebody excommunicated in our court, and because he's excommunicated, we can actually try to imprison him. So we're zealous. But I was just doing what you asked me to do. Excuse me? Lies, I tell you, foul lies. How dare you, my good name. Right. I've had a word with Icept and he's not having it. You're still excommunicated. So unfortunately, I've got no other option but to slam you in the cells. A grave situation. Indeed, it is very grave. So our hand-picked Westerlander, who came across on the good word of Tybalt Lannister to help with the situation with the adventure types, has found himself at the wrong end of an anathema. Sounds like an unpleasant procedure, but no, it's clearly been excommunicated, and as a result of that, because we cannot have heathens anywhere near our court, let alone in our lands, we have to slap him, or try to slap him behind bars, and he is behind bars, which means that we have room for a new spy master. So Lady Sabara, who would not like us in this position, I was quite tempted to give her a job back, but unfortunately she's probably going to want to do something nasty to us. We also owe her some land that we've got that she asked for, that she's not happy that we didn't give it to her, so not the best candidate to be spy master. However, Beverly Topcliffe, I'm sure, has been spy master in the past. She is cancerous, but she's also a lunatic, so that's not a good option either. Ilana, a courtier who's deceitful and ruthless, 2 traits required when needed. Humble, also good. She likes us quite a bit. She's also nice to see. And she's also of House Topcliffe. She is my cousin. Who is her father? I hate this option. When you press it here, and I can never figure out how to... I think you right-click, don't you, to get the character script trait up? No? How do we do this? There was a way to do this, I'm sure. Ilana. Oh God. Even our family's beginning to get a little bit unwieldy. She's a cousin, so she must be on this branch here. She's there. She's Orin's. Orin has got no land. Orin likes me. I like Orin. He's like the youngest brother. You know, we're all right. He doesn't want for anything. He doesn't desire anything major. You know, he might say, well, I wouldn't mind the Stormlands, and you know, but he's not going to do anything about it, is he? Oh, he's my uncle, not my brother. Sorry, uncle. Yeah, uncle. So she's my cousin. Yeah. She wants to kill Sir Miles Craycall. Clearly she's also of a religious type as well. I'll kill that bastard. He is an anathema. I want him dead. We think alike on this, Ilana. I like it. You're hired. Hey! So, yep, she comes in. She probably came in because she wanted the job. Are you killing him because you wanted to be spy? No, I'm killing him because he's excommunicated. It's a heathen. Who got him excommunicated? Who asked for the excommunication? Usually there has to be a petition for that to happen. I don't know. Not a clue. Well, if you've one-upmaned my spy master, you deserve to be my spy master. If he didn't see it coming. Crack on, my dear. It was the peasants who petitioned. Who knows? I kind of think she had a smirk on her face as I grilled her. Anyway, what can we do with him? Exile? Execute? No one will care if we execute him because he's... yeah. Oh no, I will get tyranny. We're not going to... Obviously we're not going to torture. We could call him for trial. And if he's found guilty, then we'll have a claim to do as we need to do. But we don't want him questioned, really. You're guilty, but he made me do it. He made me do it. I'm telling you now. He made me. Are you going to believe the words of an excommunicated man? What am I talking about? Exile. Their wealth is confiscated. What wealth? Oh, 70 gold. Ooh. He's exiled. No trial, no loose lips. We come down to his cell. We have a strong word with him. This goes no further. Confiscate your money. Your lips remain sealed and you shall go with your life. I'm not just. No. If I was just, we'd probably go the trial route. It would only be fair. We've got a dynastic stain. We're diligent. We're ambitious. I like to think we're a friendly kind of guy, but we're not kind per se, are we? We're just gregarious. And I also think, given that we've got a stain, we're trying to remove that dishonour from our family. And clearly, seeking faceless people is not something that needs to be put before a trial. Clearly, more dishonour. You having a laugh? No, of course not. So he's escaping with his life. Excommunicated people, in theory, yes. I mean, that's the only thing, excommunication, but he's been imprisoned. That's his punishment, and his confiscation of goods. What is the punishment for excommunication if he was to be found guilty at trial? Death? Is it death? It's not we just burn somebody, but that's apostasy, slightly different. And we kind of know. I mean, we don't know what he's been excommunicated for. We're assuming it's because of the faceless man situation. It could be something completely different. But we're kind of playing it as it's because of that. They found out about that. My spy master found out about, now my current spy master found out perhaps about it, used it against him, wangled her way into position maybe, who knows. But yeah, I think exiling is fine. I think exiling works for me. We get his money. He's left penniless. He's left ashamed. He's left, excommunicated. No one's going to believe a word he says. We don't want to be putting him through a trial where all evidence will be cross-examined. No. So off with you. He served no purpose. Well, he did serve a purpose. He brought the faceless man to me. That was his one task. He did it. To be fair, it's just not his fault. We couldn't afford the money. So he did serve his purpose. But unfortunately, sometimes in the Game of Thrones, as it's called, people are mere pawns in the bigger picture. I almost want to leave him like 10 gold. Leave you with 10. Go find yourself a little farm plot or something. Goodbye. Hey, look, the money's going to come in handy. Right, we've got 5 months to wait until this supposed adventurer comes. Yes, what was I saying? It's going to take us ages to get 266 gold. We're almost there already. We can pay this gold back, this loan back quickly, limit the interest, get it off our back, get rid of the negative debuffs from the moneylenders, and start fresh. The goal of this session was to build stability, and I'm hoping that we are building stability in some way or another. It's a slow process, but yeah. The thing that we're going to contemplate to end the session, because I do anticipate ending the session after the adventurers are sorted, is going to be dealing with Cameron and thinking what we're going to do with Cameron. We can. I think we still can. What? How many people? How many people are getting up to shenanigans here? Can't keep up here. But yeah, Cameron is the one that we're most interested in because he is a vassal. That's going to prove to be problematic. He's is he a cousin, an uncle? I can't remember. Uncle, and he's gonna need some dealing with, we think. So what are we gonna do with him? Lord Paramount. Simon off to war. Cracklaw Point? Where's that? Where's there a point? Probably here. Quite pointy. No? This was probably one of my biggest downfalls last night when I felt really ill at 2 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. I had a really big dinner at 10 o'clock at night, and it was a shepherd's pie, so shepherd's mince, potatoes, loads of veg, and I ate the whole plate, devoured it all. I was really hungry, and then when I woke up feeling shivery and ill, all I could taste in the back of my mouth and throat was shepherd's pie. So I thought, perhaps eating a big heavy meal 2 hours before going to bed wasn't a good idea. Now, ordinarily, I've done that for years and been fine, but when you've got digestive problems, maybe not do that as much. It's one of the worst things to do, is to eat a big meal and then lie down after it. And here I am at 10 o'clock, munching away again. But I'm going to probably not eat as much of this as I probably would do normally. Right, do I go to work? Yes, I do. I go to work. I'm going to plan to go to work 3 times a week this week. Although, with the current unrest in the UK at the moment, depending on where they are going to be protesting next, depends on whether or not the office will be open. So, for example, the Bradford office today shut early because there was a planned protest near to the office. An interesting fact. Malaysia has become the first country that has put on their government pages countries not to visit. You know, Iraq, Iran, maybe, I don't know, these war-torn countries, Syria or whatever, you know, would feature high on the list, I'm sure, in many a place. The UK, they've added the UK to a list of places that they recommend that Malaysian people don't visit. I think they were the first country to put it on. It's like, what? What? Lovely place. Get yourself to Wales, Scotland. Lovely places. You know, you don't have to go to these towns and places where it's happening, like Leeds, you know, Liverpool, Manchester, all the major cities. Sunderland. Good grief, it's ridiculous. It honestly is. I mean, I don't go out a lot. You know, I'm a computer gamer really by trade. And football's been cancelled a lot recently, not because of any disorder or anything, but you know, this is my little bubble. Here, work, football, kind of a triangle. I don't travel to parts where disorder's happening. But no, you don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, there was a protest in Leeds on this weekend, just on Saturday, and there were some videos I saw on Twitter where there was just a random person stood with a Union Jack flag draped around his shoulders, talking to somebody. He looked like a student, talking to somebody on the pavement outside a restaurant, just chilling out, nothing to do with any protest. Why had a flag on, I don't know, but you know, who cares really? You should be free to do what you want. And he got ambushed. He got ambushed by about 10 people and beaten up. Just because he had a flag on his shoulders. Stood around just doing nothing. Innocently standing around. Now, you say that, these videos always cut to the action. You never know whether he G'd him up 10 minutes before or whatever. But I mean, ultimately, yeah. Would you have caught me in the city centre on a Saturday? No. Not a chance. You won't risk it, would you? You just won't risk it. But yeah, the burning down of buildings. And what got me, right? I'm not going for political and all the talk and all this nonsense, but what got me, made me laugh, telling you. You know, what do you call it? Protest, do what you want. Protest peacefully, please, whatever, you know. But obviously it's turned to rioting. Rioting is one thing, right? I think rioting is bad enough. Upturning police cars, shouting, throwing rocks at the police. It's just an outlet. They're just lobbing it at the police. The police are usually the target, right? That's not fine, but that's normal behaviour for disorder. Target police. What I think when it goes a bit too far is when they start burning buildings, libraries. That's bad enough. But what takes the biscuit is when people decide, oh, let's run into Greg's and run out with pasties. Oh, look, O2 shop, let's get some phones, woohoo! And start looting. I mean, what the flipping hell is wrong with you? Are you absolutely beyond off your rocker? I mean, yeah, a young kid with a tray of pasties. They're probably not even cooked, you idiot. They're probably in their raw state, and you're running out with an England flag round your shoulders, white socks and trainers, you know, shorts on, usual look, running out with a tray of pasties. I'm like, oh my God. Really? People run out. But the thing is, there's loads of these people on camera. Right? And the fact of the matter is, that you just know if you've got half a brain cell that for a start you're going to be all over phone footage, all over the internet, CCTV cameras everywhere. You're going to be on CCTV. Hello? Yeah. You're going to be all over CCTV, and you just know with certainty, if you've got half a brain cell, that if they see you not even committing any smashing the windows down or doing anything in terms of riot, even if you simply are opportunistic and walk into a shop and loot it, you're going to prison, pal. They're going to make an example of you. They ain't going to be giving you community service for petty theft. Every single person that they see is going to prison. No question. No messing about. Boom, straight to prison. Because you wanted a phone from the O2 shop. What the hell? It's mindless. Absolutely mindless. So yeah, that's. I mean, I say maybe laugh. Laugh is probably not the right word because it's not funny, but it's just like you're like, oh my God. When I was seeing the pictures and the people's faces, it was like it was Christmas for them, like Christmas come early. There was one guy, I think he must have gone to I think he went to the Lush shop, the O2 shop, and 3 different shops, and he had armfuls of different things. I mean, the flipping hell's wrong with you? The flipping hell is wrong with you? Seriously. You know, all in the name of protest. Now, don't get me wrong, a horrible thing happened last week, or 2 weeks ago now maybe, which people genuinely wanted to do some kind of a peaceful protest about, but obviously it turned into anarchy, and it's just mindless. And another thing, which I'll finish my rant on, that again to me is just, it shows you the level of thinking of these people that are doing this. Is okay, fine, if you want to go and loot, and you want to go and pillage, and you want to go and throw rocks at the police and shout like a flipping cackling, wailing banshee, whatever you want to do, you do it. Don't drag your 5-year-old child with you, your 3-year-olds and your prams and your 10-year-old kids. What the hell? Kids be taken along to these what? For a start, they could be hurt. For a second thing, lead by, you know, they're gonna. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? But no. To end on a positive note, the one thing that made me chuckle this morning when I was scrolling through my phone looking at the news on Twitter as I do. The images of, and maybe some of you might have seen it, the images of a young lad. The images of a young lad who was, again, dressed appropriately for, you know, chav attire, shall we call it, for the old young kind of chavvy types. On his side, agony on his face, with one police dog grabbing up here and another one grabbing his leg. The comments on that post were hilarious. I was like, yeah, bite him hard. Take a chunk out of his leg. Now, I've been a police officer, as you well know, and I have, on more than one occasion, had to babysit somebody in hospital who had the misfortune of being bitten by a police dog. And let's just say, was not a pretty sight, and it required extensive plastic surgery. And it was quite hilarious because they sat there in the bed, handcuffed to the bed, clearly in agony because they've been bitten by a police dog, and there's a gaping hole in the leg. And all I'm like, it's the when the nurse has to change the dressing. And I was like, trying to stifle a laugh. You shouldn't be a little burglar, should you? A little burglar. Yeah, but it's not a good time to be a police officer right now. A police officer, your odds of getting injured on duty right now have increased exponentially. It is not a good time to be out there on the force. So yeah, you know, anybody that is in the police right now, and I know a few people, I take my hats off to you, and I keep my fingers crossed that you just make it home safely every night. I was attending a gathering of Laws of the Realm hosted by King Rogar when Rogar Baratheon offered some plainly foolish insights. I quite ably put him in his place, but this oh, why? Why couldn't you just go with it, Olyver? You know the king doesn't like you. Why did you have to correct him? He proclaimed me a son of a whore. Oh no, God. Okay. Smoothing things over going well then. Is he right though? Are you a son of a whore? Shelley, how dare you? Are you calling my mother a whore? Who was my mother? No, my mother. My father remarried legitimately. I think. Because his previous wife died, he got married a second time. Legitimate, okay? Legitimate. How dare he call my mother a whore? Wait, was she a philanderer? Was she a philanderer? No, she was not. How dare he? She was a Bolton, though. Oh, I'm Roth. You're right, I've got to remember that I'm Roth. I'm Roth. Oh, we are Roth. Definitely are. We are Roth. Yes, that's a good point. A hot temper. King or no king? And there's nobody here. There's nobody here to tame us. Lucas, no, don't do it, don't do it. Ah, you vile fish-loving freak. What? I can't think of insults. I'm a kind man. But I'm an angry man. You're a son of a hunchback. Oh, no. In response to your outburst, look at that, the house words, reacted with equal rage. He drew his steel, which prompted all your men and his to follow in kind. The situation quickly generated into a mass brawl, leading to much Topcliffe blood being spilt. The more the merrier. We got a blood feud. Barristan got wounded. Theo Lonmouth got wounded. We've just caused a big big rumpus. Oh, God. Look, I'm fine. Hey, Jewish steel, my men swarmed in front of me to protect me, hoisted me away. You fish freak! It's all kicked off. The more the merrier. I can't believe he's quoted the house words here. We best join that independence faction now. Oh, dearie me, I think this has gone horribly wrong. Why were we even speaking with the king in the first place? How did this even come about? Why were we in the king's presence? We're in a blood feud with the king. Oh my God, what's that? A blood feud? What's a blood feud even? But my brother's injured. He's injured my brother. You dog. Was my bodyguard? Are these my bodyguards? Barristan's master of the horse. Tancred. No, none of them even my bodyguards. What the hell has happened here? What is this gathering? Brother, I salute you for taking a wound for me. I can't put you in any positions of power, you're utterly useless, but I can at least get you a nice wife as a reward for your efforts in saving me. Let's have a look. Let's give you a wife that's a good talker. Let's have a look at this. House Bracken versus House... Oh my God! Oh, okay. I mean, ultimately, we know that we are essentially in a blood feud with the Baratheons anyway, really. This has just cemented it officially. What a twist. Oh my... What? I can't understand why we were speaking with the king. We're not rivals yet. I can duel anybody that's excommunicated because I'm zealous. That's interesting, I didn't realise that. Can I have a loan, please? Wonder if it's... So where does it show up that we've got a blood feud with the Baratheons? We'll have to do some talking. Not much talking, we're not even on this flipping council. We are a commander though, so probably, you know, the latest commander meeting. Right, this is our next plan. We probably scoffed or something. Plan. You have me roaming around the flipping north like a headless chicken. Did you say something there, Oliver? No, Your Grace, didn't say a damn thing. Excuse me. Hi! And then before you know it, poof, calamity and catastrophe. Actually, I completely forgot that we've got adventurers coming. When you're coming, mate, I'm busy getting myself into a blood feud with the king. Oh, you're coming the 10th moon? We'll have the barbecue ready for you, don't worry. You better bring a lot of men, though, because I'm in a foul mood. Let's see that independence faction. King's Landing, trial by combat. Lord Rhaegar Hart demanded a trial by combat from King Baratheon, selecting Donald Hart as champion. So Donald was supposed to yield. Lord Rhaegar is innocent. Okay. That could be us soon. Hopefully we find a good fighting man. So we can have trials by combat to prove our innocence. It's the only way we're getting out there alive. We're restoring the Night's Watch, finally. There isn't a Night's Watch. I realised that because when I had those prisoners, I was just looking at the option to send them to the wall. It wasn't available, and it said because there was something to do with the Night's Watch domain had to be at least one. So I thought, oh, the wall must have fallen at the back end of the last session. And that proves that it has. So, special holding, upgrade holding. So we can upgrade Rainwood. Still don't know what this does, but we're not going to do it, obviously. Transferred vassalage. Oh, she's trying to take... Oh, you cheeky cow. She's waging war against this guy who's a lone lord with 1.95k men, and she is trying to take Harvest Hall back. Oh, it's to add another holding. Oh. You were definitely wrong when you said the Baratheons are no longer in play. Exactly. Exactly. I knew there were... look, I think this could be the theme of this entire season. It's the Topcliffes versus the Baratheons. It's gonna happen, I'm telling you. It's natural. It's naturally gonna happen. At some point, this guy is gonna attack the Stormlands to try to take it back. I can quite assure you. It's happened twice already. It'll be happening again. He's got 32k men. We only have 20. I think our plan should be, once we've got the adventures out of the way and just got a bit more of the stability sorted here, I think we need to plan to increase our levy size. I think we need to start looking at increasing our levy here. We need at least 30,000 to duke it out with the top dogs here. He's got 32. This guy's got 37. We're down on a paltry 20. I mean, they've got... Well, I mean, it's a lot bigger of an area, but nonetheless, there's nothing stopping us from doing what we need to do. But also, another goal that I want to achieve is, yes, we do want Summer Hall, which is going to be 1,000 coin to recolonize Summer Hall. Apparently some special events might happen with that, so we want to be the ones to do that. So we're going to save up our money for that too. So Summer Hall, increase our levy size, are two kind of goals that I've got in mind for the session, for the playthrough, that definitely I want to do. And then after that, we're just going to kind of go with the flow and see what happens. But as you've seen already, going with the flow could lead to some catastrophic circumstances that we might end up no longer Lord Paramount. You know, we might end up back as a lowly High Lord. But you never know. Right, let's continue onwards. No doubt she'll get her land back, which is fine. It's an eyesore, me having it anyway. I'm not that fussed for it. Command to end war. I forgot. I'm the Lord Paramount now. Lady Sabara, yes? Can I respectfully ask that you cease and desist this war with the Rainhouse fella, please? But Harvest Hall's mine by right, but if it was good enough for Renly, it's good enough for me. No, I'm not going to do it. Okay, I like Miles. And he inherited that by right. I don't like you. I really don't like you. Oh, Beron's still in prison. I was supposed to ransom you, weren't I? Yeah. There was attempt murder. Attempt murder's quite serious, isn't it? But it was rumours. It was never properly proven. Off you go. You've been in for a year. You've served your punishment. No, do you know what? Just because it's a new option, and just because I don't like her, and I'm in a foul mood after what's just happened with the king. We still haven't quite recovered yet. We're going to... Oh, show blood feuds. Here we go, look at this. A list of all your blood feuds and all the blood feuds going on in the world. The only blood feud going on in the entire world right now is the Topcliffe and our bitter rivals with the House Baratheon. Oh dear. I wonder if we get some events triggered by this. That'd be cool. Dragons? Oh no, the dragon eggs are gone. There was one dragon egg at the end of the last season. One guy over in Essos had a dragon egg. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, we never did look at the King's Guard. So here's the King's Guard members. We've got... I'll click through them whilst you have a look. Just look at your leisure. Just polish off a bit more of this dinner. Sir Manfred of No House. Small tawny win. House Mooton, recently created. Lucas Mooton. Sir Royce, 65. Grand Tawny winner with only 65. Jesus wept. You must have had a really lucky, or unless it was before you got to old age. 85. And the guy with red hair. And when I say red hair, I don't mean gingery, auburny. I mean red. Scarlet. With gout. 90 without his gout. Oh, he killed somebody in a tawny joust as well. Remember the King's Guard. So the King's Guard looks alright. Lord Commander's decent enough. Looks a bit malnourished. Training too hard, sir. Training too hard. Right. Thanks very much. So what have we got going on? There's two things left for the before we close this session, I think. Adventurer, see what happens there, and then Cameron. See what's happening with Cameron. Oh, hang on, sorry. Sorry. There you go. Command to end war. Now, if she doesn't do it, that means that she won't rise up against us. She just turn around and say no, and that means that we then have a chance to imprison her for not listening to us. This will be legally binding due to the authority in the Stormlands. I can brand her a traitor. Wow, I could ruin this woman's life. Seems a bit harsh, really. But we don't like her for some reason or another. In fact, we had a legitimate reason to already imprison her. But she's a keeper of the swans, marshal of the marches. Ugly. Right. She had a favour. Remember, she had a favour on us. I forgot. My words were, we should be careful who we dish out favours to when it comes to the Lord Paramount now, because High Lords could use those favours and it'd be a problem. Damn it. I forgot about that. I owed you something. Fine, crack on with you all, love, and enjoy it. She's got one over on me, I don't believe it. Fair. You know what, after that you can have it with pleasure. You did me over there. You did me over there, big stat. Kill her? I'm not gonna kill her. She did me over. Touche, I think the saying is. Too bloody shay. She was a spy master after all. She's a clever one. We say with a smile. God, she got me there good. Okay, 10 days. Here we go. Come on, Brit, come on! Oh, no? Again, this would be the, Oh, look at that, Liege Loyalists. Who's that? Oh, my brother, Lord Gladden of Sharp Point. Oh, look at all the Crown Loyalists now. Now, we can't leave the faction because... I was coerced into joining. Now it makes sense, because I'm thinking, why would we be so in bad favour with the king but in the faction? Apparently, we were coerced into joining it. Because I was going to say, after the blood food situation, I'm going to leave the faction now. It makes no sense for me to be in the faction now. But we can't. We were forced into joining it. Okay. I see. Right. Dam and Blastation. We'll go. Okay, there's a bit of a rebellion going on. Okay. Eleventh Moon. Lord Davos of Dragonstone is hiring men for an attack against me. Oh, so this must be a feature in this mod, surely now, because this has popped up again. But he's a lot closer to home, actually. He's got no money, and he's a vassal. We should be able to imprison him for this nonsense. So I'm not overly concerned about this right now, but if this is a feature that crops up every single time, it'd be a bit irksome. Do you mean his funds? He's not got any funds. You're looking at the wrong stat. You're looking at the prestige. Yeah, it says prestige. Right, okay, so I think it's 10:30, and I've got to finish this dinner. It's cold now, by the way, but I've got to finish it, and hopefully not too close to bedtime, otherwise I'm going to be ill again. So, there we go. It's a nice, slow and steady start. I think I want to focus a lot more on this playthrough on some of the intricacies of the storytelling features. I think when you get to this kind of level of ruler, it's a lot easier. It's easier to start, wanting to go for the thrones and all the rest of it. But actually, we can still enjoy some of the intricacies of some of the smaller little plot lines in between, what's going on behind the scenes and things, which I'm hoping to have some further fun with. But yeah, ultimately, a steady start. The adventurers situation didn't transpire, which is good. It means we've got money now to pay off our loans, and then we can start from scratch. But we're still here. We're still ruling, and I feel like we've got off to a decent start. We've got a strong alliance. Is that wife pregnant? No. But we have. Oh, hang on. Oh no, she's got a bastard child. Where's the other daughter come from? I'm not even looking at the other daughter. She's not mine. In fact, she should be banished from this flipping court. How dare you? But yeah, we'll pay that loan off. My Justicar is clearly not working hard enough on removing my dark stain. So if he doesn't get a move on any quicker, we might have to replace him for incompetence. But at the moment, we'll let him a little bit longer continue to try. Yeah, and the blood feud situation I'm classing as, let's get rid of that for a second, and we'll keep that on. And what's this? We need to, is our court getting full? No, we're getting, it's limit. So before the next session, I'll get rid of some courtiers. There'll be many courtiers to get rid of. There's a crap ton of plots to get rid of. There's a crap ton of people who we could imprison. Lord Davos of Dragonstone being one of them. Wonder how much you can adventure when you're behind bars, sir. Oh dear. And there's Lord Cameron. So Lord Davos and Lord Cameron both need dealing with before the next session. I might just think up of a plan to deal with those two. One of them is going to be a problem vassal, but is a family member, so I'm kind of torn on him. But ultimately, we might have to be a bit cutthroat. We're not ruthless, but he has plotted and schemed, and it is a crime. So, be it as you may, we're not doing anything wrong. We're just enforcing the law. Maybe on the harsher side of what we might normally do for somebody else, but nonetheless, enforcing the law. And same with Davos. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I think ultimately we have got off to a decent start, and I class the blood feud as a decent start because we want some drama. We need some drama. We need some battles. We need some challenges, and just the continuous back and forth and whatever is one thing, but a blood feud is something completely new, and hopefully it might spawn some interesting events or some interesting circumstances. Trading insults with the king was fun, and having some of my family members protect me and get injured in the process whilst I'm dragged away pointing and screaming. Good fun. Oh, so yeah, they do spawn events. Cool. So that'll be good. So that's going to be some nice drama. And to top it all off, we're allied with the Lannisters of all people. Who knows? Perhaps it'll be the Topcliffes and the Lannisters taking on the Baratheons. Who would have figured, at the start of the series if that was going to be the case? But you never know. But yeah, lots to look forward to. And as usual, we'll, for the most part, let the game play it out for us, and we just give it a gentle nudge every so often. So yeah, good to be back in the realms of CK2, and more specifically in the realms, of course, of the Game of Thrones universe. Always good fun, and we'll see how long this series goes on for. But this will be a stream series. I will mix in some recorded sessions as well, but it will be a lot of streams on this one. I like the interaction and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and for how long it goes. But yeah, good to be back. Right, folks, go forth, enjoy the rest of your evening, and yeah, I've got a recorded session of Deus Ex that I recorded last night to upload tomorrow for you guys. It's about a 45-minute session. It's quite a slow session, nothing much happened, but I'll upload it for you just to give you something to watch if you're a bit bored. And then I will return on Wednesday with either this or Deus Ex. It'll depend on what mood I'm in, I suppose. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're looking forward to this as much as I am. Thanks for taking part and prodding and poking me in the right direction at times. And yeah, hopefully see some of you on Wednesday for whatever we decide to play. Until next time, folks, I'll see you soon.